by me. If the sky we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. Oh, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me.
At 6PR, we want to hear from you. 133 882. Perth's 882 6PR.
In this bulletin, a horror crash in New South Wales, chaos at a call-out, and America addresses the Gaza findings. Good morning, I'm Alexander Nimmo. A horror collision in New South Wales has left 5 injured and 1 dead. Emergency services were called to Aaron's Pass, south of Mudgee, yesterday afternoon following a head-on collision between a ute and an SUV. A 32-year-old woman was taken to Mudgee Hospital but died a short time later. A 34-year-old man who was also in the US in the SUV and a 68-year-old man in the ute were airlifted to Westmead Hospital with serious injuries. 2 girls, aged 2 and 6, are in a stable condition. The driver of the ute suffered minor injuries. A routine call-out east of Melbourne has ended in chaos. Gail Watson has more.
Emergency service workers had responded to a routine call-out to treat a 71-year-old patient with a medical issue in Alinda, east of Melbourne last night. 2 SES workers and 4 Ambulance Victoria paramedics were on the balcony helping the man when the balcony collapsed. The 71-year-old patient was trapped for around 30 minutes before being freed. He was taken to hospital for assessment. One of the paramedics was also taken to hospital with minor injuries. 3 other paramedics and the SES members were not injured. In Melbourne, Gail Watson, 9 News.
The US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has addressed the initial report from the Israeli Defence Force surrounding the operation that killed 7 aid workers in Gaza, including 1 Australian. Mr. Blinken is urging Israel to put human lives first.
As Israel pursues any military operations against Hamas, it has to prioritize the protection of civilians. It has to make that job number 1. Too many people have been caught in this crossfire of Hamas's making. Children, women, men, losing their lives. Their safety has to be a priority, and military operations need to be designed around their protection, not the other way around.
The new Lord Mayor of the Queensland city of Logan says he will be focused on changing the city's reputation over the next 4 years. John Raven was sworn in alongside 12 city councillors at a ceremony at the Logan Entertainment Centre on Friday morning. Mr. Raven says he will also prioritise bringing in more investment, jobs and opportunities for residents. WA's Lands Minister has launched a petition urging residents to show support for a new school in East Perth. The proposed site for the primary school has become a matter of contention, with the City of Perth wanting compensation for the land, which is currently a car park. John Carey, who's also a member for Perth, says his reason for starting the petition was simple.
We need a public primary school. There is an incredible deal for the City of Perth. $150 million investment, the biggest single investment in a primary school, plus an uplift in land value of $27.5 million, and the City of Perth is saying we want more.
Perth Lord Mayor Basil Zempilis maintains he just wants to get a fair deal for the city.
The City of Perth wants to be a delivery partner in this project. I don't know how many times I can say it. Make us a fair offer. We all want a primary school minister, but we want and expect your state government to do the right thing and the fair thing.
And in finance, the Australian dollar is buying 65.8 US cents.
sport. Missed a show? Click on audio and catch up at 6pr.com.au.
With a dominating performance over North Melbourne, the match being played at Adelaide's Norwood Oval as gather-round continues in the City of Churches. Lions coach Chris Fagan says the boys took to the atmosphere.
The players talked about that in the team meeting last night. They thought it was just a good opportunity to get back to that community footy feel, which surprised me. I thought they all liked playing on the MCG, but I think sometimes that's what just reminds them of what they did when they were kids and the sort of grounds that they played on.
Final scores were Lions 16-16, 112 to North 6-6, 42. And in the other matches, Port Adelaide has thrashed Essendon at Adelaide Oval. Final scores were Port 17-9, 111 to the Dons 6-6, 42. And in the NRL, the Canterbury Bulldogs defeated the Roosters 30-26 and Newcastle over St George Illawarra 30-10. And that is the latest news and sport.
Need a forklift?
Hear that?
Don't just get...
That's masking tape. Real painters haven't heard it in years. They know all you need is a steady hand and a tin of Berger. Find a trade stockist at berger.com.au.
Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota forklift advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Get a Toyota forklift.
Picture this. Crystal clear 4K streaming, fast web page loading, and even faster downloads and uploads on multiple devices at the same time. Sounds good? Well, you might be one of more than 3.5 million Australian homes and businesses ready to turbocharge your internet speed with NBN's full fibre upgrades. To find out if you can get NBN's fastest home internet, Google NBN. Check your address, then talk to your internet provider. Customer experience may vary. Talk to your retailer for details.
Whether working less is some way off or just around the corner, Equip Super can help you turn your super into retirement income. Search equipsuper.com.au/next chapter to see if we're right for you. PDS and TMD available at equipsuper.com.au. Together Trustees Proprietary Limited. AFSL 246383.
The cost of living keeps rising. Thankfully, so does the sun. That's why more Aussies are getting smart with SolarHeart. Go solar today and get up to $1,000 off a SolarHeart solar power system and battery package. That's right, get up to $1,000 off when you purchase a 5 kilowatt and above SolarHeart solar power system and an eligible Goodwee battery. Lower your energy bills with every sunrise. Get smart. Get SolarHeart. Terms and conditions apply.
Weather. 6PR sounds even better on the app. Download it now.
Looking good for Saturday, mostly sunny today, a maximum of 32. We've got light winds in the morning and then southerly winds in the afternoon into the evening. 17 degrees is the minimum overnight we should get down to. Sunday's looking good, a sunny day and 34. Monday, sunny and 31. Then for Tuesday, a sunny day and 29. At 6 minutes past 2, it's 16 degrees and you're up to date on Perth overnight.
Keeping you company overnight. Fred Mafrica on Perth 6PR.
Thank you very much for keeping me company tonight. This is, of course, my last Perth overnight. And, look, it is sad because I must admit it's just such a pleasure to come in and do what we do every weekend and also during the week when John's here. It's just a special show and it sort of hits you when you're here in this amazing studio and you've got all those calls buzzing and you see the names on the screen. We've got Joy coming up and Jacinta and James and who else? We've got Kate there, Gina. It's just the beautiful people, and I can't wait to talk to all of you. So let's go to Jacinta first, because you're the first one that's been waiting. Jacinta, thank you for calling. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Fred. I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry. I mean, we're going to, I just agree to everything what James said, actually. I am, very sad, because, it's something that it should not happen, and it happened, because we're a big city, with a lot of people, especially there's a lot of people who who phone up and who listen every night. I mean, especially overnight, there is quite a lot of people listening, and something like this to happen. Look, I sort of agree with you, James. Look, it's a tragedy, it's a tragedy because this is, it was so important for people, who's doing night shift or, even, who just, for emergency, who listen to you, you know what I mean? Is any emergency out there now, we know that it's not going to be the same because people just can't just ring up if anything, they got to wait and it's kind of going to come from the, the east. Look, if Fred, if you're not, on weekends anymore and John's, not reinstated, I probably won't be ringing again,
Yeah, look, I hear where you're coming from and I understand as well.
Yeah.
I get it. I had about 600 emails, Jacinta, and it's been very hard. I'll be admitting that. I mean, John's gone on leave and he's gone away. He's probably saved more heartache, I guess. But it has been really heartfelt because I've read every single email because I've been here and people know me. They've chosen to send me the email and contact me, and we tried. I can tell you now, we tried. I tried. And,
no, it shouldn't happen. It should not be, where we weren't respected, West Australian people, you know what I mean? It's just overnight. It's just like 4 or 5 hours, at night where you and John were doing this, And if you're not reinstated in the weekend and John is not back, it's just lost me, Fred. It's lost me.
Look, I'm sorry to hear that. I am very sorry to hear that. But I know I've read a lot of the emails and people. There's been a couple of, more than a couple, I guess, that have got the same view as you. They love their overnight program. We know. Look, the station knows that the programs are well supported and loved. I guess sometimes they make these decisions as management, tough decisions. I have to say, it wouldn't have been very easy to make that call.
No, Fred, you're the 60 hours the only station, isn't it? That's coming overnight, that live.
Yeah, look, I have to say, someone wrote to me last week and said the ABC was live. I can tell you now, they are not live because I spoke to them during the week. They're not. They're from over east. You think they're live because you're hearing people talking on there, but no, they finish at 7 o'clock at night. They go over east, and there's no other talkback except for 6PR. And can I say to people, if you love talkback, I get you're upset about me and John going, but I would say do give it a go. Give the overnight. It is Australia overnight, but you may want to give it a go and listen to it and see if you like it. And I don't I accept that some people are just so disappointed. But
no, it's not like T-Mac. It's not his fault. It's the people who did this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying.
It's the people who did this.
Yep. Look, the management. Look, we've had our say. I'm sure John's had his say. Unfortunately, the decision's been made. They hope that it's going to be a program that people will love and grow to love, and they may actually like it better than the weekend overnights that we've got here. You never know. Look, I would hope that people always love what we did, and I hope people will always recall that, John and I were here in Perth and we did the show live, and it's sort of an honour to do what we did, and I think we did it really well as well.
No, I'm sorry, Fred. It sort of doesn't sit with me. I'm not really, if you're not on the weekend anymore, if you were in the weekend, I may tune in, but if your program is off, is John doing all right? Do you know that? Did you talk to him?
Yeah, look, from what I believe, John's on holidays he's gone over to New Zealand, I was told. I did message him, but he obviously might not have his phone connected to roaming. But he should be back I think next week he should be back. He might even be back this weekend. So I would say to people, get in touch with him through his Facebook page and just ask him how he's going. A couple of people have asked for John's phone number, but unfortunately, look, I can't give out people's private phone number, but I'm more than happy. Can I just say to you folks, if you want me to forward John a message, I can send him an email and then John can call you if anyone wants to keep in touch.
Oh, you're lovely, Fred. You're lovely. You always have been, you know.
I try and do my best.
Yeah.
Look, I think I'm very genuine. I try and be transparent and honest. I've been here talking to people and listening to everybody's point of view, and I haven't once said, no, you can't say that. So, and management, can I say that's one good thing, and people need to admire that. The fact that they haven't come in and stood over my shoulder and said, don't talk about what's happening. They haven't. Never, ever have they said, don't talk about it, and don't let. And they appreciate people want to talk.
Oh, sure, Fred. You are just, you're genuine. I think you are exactly who you are. Exactly, I think what you're inside, you're outside. You know what I mean? Like people just said that you're a straightforward person. And thank you, Fred. Thank you so
very
much.
Welcome,
you know,
Jacinta.
I just hope they come to their sense and put you back in the weekend. You know.
So do I.
That's
so do I.
That's the only time I'll tune in.
Well, I'm going to hang around the traps, around the desk, and you never know. They might say, "Fred, take over again." You never know.
I hope so. Those idiots, you know. Well, yeah. Okay, John. Fred. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jacinta. And thank you for being part of it too.
Thanks, Fred.
We'll take a break. More of your calls after this.
A good van is a great tool for any business. But wouldn't you rather a power tool? The all-electric Ford e-Transit has a driving range that will surprise you. Uncompromised load space and, of course, lower running costs. And until the 31st of March, you can get into an e-Transit for just $99,990 drive away. Power your business for less at your participating Ford EV dealer. See Ford.com.au for T's and C's.
Hey boss, we got a new bookkeeper?
We did.
Do they do expenses?
They do.
Cool. What about invoices?
Easy.
Are they in?
Yep.
There's no one else here.
Oh, sorry. It's NAB Bookkeeper, our new bookkeeping software.
Right. It lives in the computer.
Kinda. Technically, it's through internet banking.
Wrangle your business admin with NAB Bookkeeper, our new online bookkeeping platform. NAB. More than money. Terms, conditions, fees and charges apply. See nab.com.au for more information.
Hey tradies, where do you go for the biggest range of steel supplies in WA? It's got to be Medallia Steel. With branches across the state, Medallia Steel has you covered with rebar, roofing supplies, structural steel, pipe, flat bars, angle and more. Plus, if you need it cut to size and delivered to site, no worries. See your local Medallia Steel team today. Find your nearest Medallia Steel centre at medalliasteel.com.
Every 39 seconds, a business falls victim to a cybersecurity attack.
Before this message ends, another company could be assessing the impact.
I'm Chris, Managing Director at Dartable.
And I'm Owen, Chief Technology Officer.
We specialise in identifying your business's unique risks and enhancing your cyber maturity with comprehensive assessments and implementing security controls.
We don't just protect you from the threats you hear about. We prepare you for the challenges you haven't imagined yet.
Discover how at dartable.com.au. That's databl.com.au.
Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Experience the magic of Annie the Musical as it lights up the stage at the Regal Theatre these April school holidays.
The sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta
Come face to face with the iconic characters and timeless songs that have charmed audiences for decades. Come and cheer for Annie, the little girl with big dreams.
It's hard knock life for
Annie the Musical. Book today at Ticketek.
It's hard knock life.
Keeping you company overnight. Fred Mafrica on Perth 6PR.
17 minutes past 2. Even the voiceover man sounds a bit sad, don't you reckon? I'll get him to say it again. I reckon he sounds a bit sad. What do you reckon?
Keeping you company overnight. Fred Mafrica on Perth 6PR.
Thank you, voiceover man. You've done a great job for so many years. Let's go to the phone again. I think we've got James. Yes, it is James that's coming up next. Let's say hello to James. How are you this morning, James?
Oh, final call ever. Whatever your future holds, good luck, sir.
Thank you. Well, I will be here. I'll be here doing Saturday night tonight. for 6 hours. I'll be
that's
here.
good.
And then I'll be doing other stuff here at the station. But, yeah, look, overnight it's still incredibly sad because this is my own little show.
Even your last caller, she at least got honest.
Yeah.
Your last caller said, I will never call back. At least she was honest with that.
Well, that's it.
You know
I
what?
accept people's views.
Exactly. It's going to be weird. And look, like you said, ABC did the exact same thing. All their content goes over east after hours. So we're not the only station that's doing it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a way. Look, radio, I know it doesn't mean a lot to people, but I know for a fact radio is very expensive. To do local means you've got to pay everybody local. And, there's stations out there on the internet. There's stations that are digital. There is so much technology out there now that is so cheap. And you've got to consider that we're competing as a live and local radio station against these other, technical type masters. And we've got to compete and we've got to keep being affordable. We've got to be realistic. And unfortunately, the overnight program, went the way that it did and it's moving over east. But the rest of our programs are all here in Perth and we've just got to support them. And you know what? Who knows what will happen down the track? We could come back. We could come back one day.
Yeah, look, I just sort of accepted it. Doesn't mean I won't listen in. It's just
good.
We have to accept other people's views, and I kind of accept their views too. Because at the end of the day, it's sad. As much as I don't like the decision, I sort of accept it.
Yep. Now, look, James, it is a difficult decision. We've loved having all of our callers on board, all of our overnight family.
I was a relatively new caller.
Yep.
So this was, it was sad.
Well, I hope you
for
keep
what happened
following
to you and John.
Look, I hope you keep following the station. If you hear our voices, you ring up and say hello. And we'll talk like we've always talked on 6PR, and I hope you do that. But, yeah, look, unfortunately, it's sad. It's sad for all of us. I mean, how many times can we say it? It's incredibly sad and upsetting and, continuity. It's something that, I was looking forward to coming in every Saturday and Sunday and being part of what we do. But it happened and what can I say? Not much I can do about it, but I wish I could. I did try, but unfortunately, it is a decision that's made by management, and I hope it's a good one, and I hope it's the right one, and I guess they have to sort of manage the situation.
Yeah. You know what? Thank you for all the calls that you answered.
Always have.
On that very, very short time I've called you. Thank you very much.
Good on you, James. Always a pleasure, and thank you again for being part of the show, okay?
Bye-bye. Fred.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye. Let's go to our next caller. I think it might be Kate. Hello, Kate.
Hey, Fred. I didn't know that tonight was the last night. I thought it was going to be tomorrow night. But,
no,
anyway.
tomorrow morning after I finish the midnight show or Saturday night, it will go over to, I think it might be Pat that's doing this weekend from Sydney, but it will be the Australia overnight. And they've got you can actually, for those people who, I know some people said they won't be ringing in, but to talk to your friends over east, as in our announcers, it's still 133 882, 133 882, and you'll get through to them. But you can actually call them direct as well if people choose to do that as well. And I can give people the numbers if they want it, and or they can call 133 882 and it will go straight over to Melbourne and Sydney.
Okay, well, anyway, I agree with everything Jerry said, but I just wanted to say, just before I start, I'll do a Joanne on you. Hi, Joanne. No, I don't have a rolling pin, but I do know that Nonna knows best, and I'll have a look for it. And to Jane and to Mark, but look, thank you, Fred. Thank you for the laugh. I don't know what I'm going to do because you just make me laugh. No matter what we talk about, you will never convert me to being a Labor supporter, but we still can laugh.
Oh, come on. I reckon you're more Labor than me at times, but you know what?
No, well, every now and then I agree with them.
Have a
Not
think.
really.
If you think about it, Kate, all the different things that we've been through in the time I've been speaking to you. We've had The Voice, we've had cost of living, we've had mortgages going up every week, food going up every week. We've talked about Italian food, families, funerals, comedy. We've had a few laughs. We've talked music. There's been so many things that we've spoken about. And you know what? They're the sort of things I'll always say, wow, what a great job to be able to sit here and get paid to talk to people like we're socialising with friends.
Yep, it's exactly like that. And obviously John's done an amazing job and, it's obviously I did listen in during the week and a few people called in. Frank obviously called in, no filter, love him. Hope he rings in tonight, no filter. But I think for myself, because I am probably one of the younger callers and, I've always listened in, didn't always call in. But what I did learn was from the older sort of callers, their wisdom. And whether I agreed with their views or not, I always learned a lot from them. And so for that, to all of them that are listening out there, I just say thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you to John. And thank you so much for the laughs, Fred. Thank you so much for the laughs. You don't know how many times you've made me laugh. Even when I'm not talking to you, I'll be making a cup of tea and you'll come out with something and I'm just like, and I'll just kill myself laughing. And, it won't be the same anymore. It just won't. And I can understand why certain people won't call in or maybe even listen in. I understand because it is like a little family,
Yeah, well, it certainly is. And we have had a lot of laughs. That's the good thing about it. At other people's expenses, of course, we've had a lot of laughs. And I've been expecting to fall down the stairs. I've been watching my back saying, they've said I'm staying. I better make sure I don't go down the stairs. And I make sure, I check my car. I've got one of those, those bomb detector things underneath my car before I leave. I don't want to ruin my new car, but it's one of those. And the ID card, when I came in tonight, I had to say, a little part of me went, I wonder if it's not working. And I went, and it opened, and I thought, no, it still works. They still make me feel welcome. So they're not too bad. The organisation is such a wonderful organisation. And, if I can say that, and I've been sort of made redundant in my role, I guess, in the sense that the job's gone now, the Saturday and Sunday nights. But I always say to people, don't be too hard on the station. I know everybody's hurting. I know everybody's upset and angry. I should be very, very angry. And at the end of the day, there are some good things that come out of it, and one of them is that I'm still going to be around. I don't know for how long after tonight's show. They might push me down the stairs. You don't know, but I won't be taking any walks in the street for a while, Kate. And I won't be eating any food if they send me a basket of fruit. You've got to look after
you've
yourself.
been amazing, and yourself and John have been very professional. And I know that you're staying on. As you said, you're going to be staying on. But I wish you and John all the very best. And no matter what you do, you're both professionals, and I know that you'll kick goals wherever you go. So
do me a favour, if you've got the time tonight, if you've got the time between 6 and midnight. Give me a call on Saturday night. I'd love to have you guys on board, especially you, Kate. Give me a ring and talk about any topic.
I'll call around 10. I'll call around about 10.
Beautiful.
Can I just say one thing before I go? Do you remember there was a gentleman called Francesco, and we were talking about the cost of living.
The one about the grapes? Was that the one about the fish or something?
No, the ham.
Oh,
when
yes,
you go
yes.
buy the ham, they just chuck it in like so, and It was all like sort
What
of
happened? What's
messy
what's
and
happened to Francesco? He was the
I
one.
don't
Didn't
know,
he take
but-
it? Didn't he take something back? He had
Yeah,
chicken.
he took it back. He took something back, and I think he wanted a refund.
Yep.
But then he was talking about, and they just chucked the hammer in, and you said, well, how did you want it? Like they do it at the Continental Delis. And then I rang in and I said, maybe you want it soft.
But you know
all the laugh.
I tell you what, I don't want to complain, but I had my sister over and her family for Easter night, and I have to say, no offence to people that work at Coles, but I went and I got a little tray. I said I'm going to make my own, antipasto platter, and I tell you what, the chicken was so thick. I tell you, you needed a knife to cut the chicken piece, and someone said to me, "Is that chicken or rubber?" And I said, "No, it's chicken." They said, "Where did you get that from?" "I bet you got it from Coles or Woolworths." I said, "Yes," because they said if you get it from the restore, they slice it fresh.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's Coles. That's why it's $4 less. But it was it was so thick, and even the ham. You know how you get those perfect slices of ham? At Coles, have you ever noticed theirs is all broken and they're all half?
I've seen it, but I never buy it there. I still go to the Continental Deli and I actually ask for the paper like Francesco. But you just got to pay a bit more.
Not just throw it in the plastic bag, eh?
Yes, but thank you for the laugh
You're
and all the very best to you and to all the listeners.
Thank
and
you,
I'll
Kate.
keep listening.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Kate. There you go. How do you get your ham? Do you get your ham from a Continental Deli or do you get it from Coles and Woolworths? Tell me have a bit of a laugh at their expense. Tell me the sort of stuff you buy. I find those delis at Coles and Woolworths, they're great. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't buy a lot of the continental meats from there because have you ever noticed they must have someone that comes in and just slices and they couldn't care less about thin or thick. Whereas when you go to someone like Charlie's in Morley, for example, they'll say, "Is this too thick? Is this too thin?" And they'll give you a little piece to try. Do you buy all those continental meats? I know that the whole world says they're no good for you and, we'll probably all die from eating it. And then next week they'll say how healthy it is. Do you get a lot of continental meat? I'm just asking. 133 882. You can tell me your stories if you like. We've got a couple of people still to talk to that have been on hold, but I've got a song to play. And it's a song I absolutely love. It's Jackie Trent. And it's beautiful.
Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you for loving me, 'cause I can't get you out of my mind. My mama told me, baby, don't you worry, child. All the plans you made will work out if you wait a while. So listen to me, baby, I got eyes for you, and I love each little thing that you do. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you for loving me, 'cause I can't get you out of my mind. Gotta trust me, baby, I won't let you go. There is something I must tell you that you gotta know. I've been waiting for you, baby, such a long, long time. Now I've gotta tell the world that you're mine, yeah. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you for loving me, 'cause I can't get you out of my mind. The world is yours and mine. Together now you belong to me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you for loving me, 'cause I can't get you out of my mind. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being so kind.
Start your day the right way.
Well, we love champions on this show. He's only 6 years of age, and he is a surfing champion.
Breakfast with Millsy and Carl.
Now, let me ask you about the waves, Carl. Were the waves big, and what was your best score?
A 9.5 ride from 4 floaters.
There you go. So 6 makes your life look inferior when a kid's winning championships at 6.
Did you ever win anything when you were a kid?
Never. Most improved was probably the only thing I ever got, and that meant you were absolutely crap. But we'll give you one because you rocked up every week.
Wake up with the people you know. Breakfast with Millsy and Carl. Weekdays from 5 on Perth 6PR.
Mate, can you hear me? You're going to be okay. Hi, I need an ambulance.
Anyone can save a life. Learn how with St John. Search First Aid for Me. Supported by the Road Safety Commission.
Create your ideal outdoor space with Advanced Patios, Perth's go-to patio manufacturers. This family-orientated business builds patios, carports, sheds, outdoor blinds and decking with designs others can't do in places others won't go. With engineering and council approval done for you, the dream you have, we create.
It all turned out amazing. Very happy I chose Advanced Patios.
Installation of the patio was painless. Job was completed in 2 days flat. Turned out superb.
Contact Advanced Patios online, advancedpatios.com.au.
Want to download fuel savings? Get the My 7-Eleven app. Lock in our best local fuel price for up to 7 days and you could save up to 25 cents per litre. You've got a deal at 7-Eleven. T's and C's apply. Savings not guaranteed. Visit 711.com.au for details.
Hear that? That's masking tape. Real painters haven't heard it in years. They know all you need is a steady hand and a tin of Berger. Find a trade stockist at berger.com.au.
Coastal views, unspoilt nature and a vibrant community. This is Kennedy Bay. Imagine teeing off on a world-class links golf course, enjoying dinner at the Birdie Bar and Restaurant and living the beach lifestyle with pristine coastlines. Far enough away to feel like a holiday, but close enough to stay connected to the CBD with public transport. Imagine a new way of living in Kennedy Bay. Visit our brand new display village. Find more information at kennedybay.com.au.
Jason Featherby here. At night, we fully understand that there are many twists and turns in life's journey, and know that there is never a better time to start looking at your financial situation than right now. We understand that your financial needs will change throughout your life, so if you need help with your superannuation, retirement planning, insurances, or your investments, contact us today at nightgroup.com.au. That's night with a K.
AFSL 438631.
The Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Save up to 50% off mattresses. Plus, for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off mattresses. Hurry, the Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
This is Perth Overnight with Fred Mafrica.
I reckon I've got to take those voiceovers home because they'll be like a history thing, won't they? Like, what do they call it? Like not an antique, I guess, but it'll be something that you won't hear for a very long time. And I remember, when I first started here and I had my own, little voiceover, you felt important. You felt pretty special, I guess. All right. Can I just say thank you? We're going to talk to a few people on the phone, but thank you very much to people like James, who sent me a message. Thank you to this person who hasn't put their name on it. Thank you for your message to this person is David in Naranda, long-time listener. Thank you very much. I appreciate you sending me a message, David. Thank you to Ben and Myrie. I'm going to play that song that you've requested very, very soon. Ben said I'll be playing it before 3 o'clock. Also, thank you to this person who hasn't put their name. If you don't put your name on the email or SMS, I can't say thank you to you. And thank you to Bill, and there's a few others there. I'll try and read them all, but I just want to say thank you to everybody. I want to acknowledge every single person who has sent me SMS this morning. And can I read this one out too? I'm a long-time listener, Fred. You are so nice. You say give Melbourne a go. I'm not as nice as you. So after 5 o'clock this morning, I will not turn on my radio. Look, thank you for the time that you've taken, Val, for writing your email. I do appreciate and understand where you're coming from and understand your feeling as well. Can I also thank Jennifer? Thank you for your message. Very well respected. Casey, thank you for your message as well, your email. Thank you to, let me get this one here. It's Herc. Thank you very much for yours, HERC. Colin, thank you for yours. Kane, thank you for yours. And I think that's it so far. So thank you very much. And I've got a couple of more messages there. I really do appreciate everybody that's sending through messages. Thank you to our caller on the phone. Good morning. Who's on the phone this morning?
Good morning. It's Caleb. How are you?
G'day, Caleb. Nice to talk to you this morning. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good week.
I have had a great week. And I must tell you, I'm calling from over east, as you say over there. I'm in Sydney, so it is currently, we're nearly 20 to 6 over here. But I wanted to call and say I am a fellow broadcaster. I'm on Sky News. Caleb Bond is my name. And I have listened to your program for a little while because I like to tune in and listen to other broadcasters and see how people do things. And I don't want to make it sound like it's your funeral because, of course, it's not. But I have very much appreciated your compassion for callers. And, you listen to people and you pick up different things from different broadcasters. But the way you listen to callers and take in what they say and show compassion for them, I think is second to none. And for that, I have to say thank you to you because it's been great listening.
Caleb, it's really, I mean, as a presenter, it can be quite difficult. And I think in this sort of role, and a lot of people think, not everyone's genuine, not everyone's real. To do a job like this, and the money's great. The money's great. It's greater during the day, but we do it because you've got to be, and I'm very honest with people. I mean, of course we get paid, but I love this job and you have to love being able to talk to people about anything that they've got on their mind, because one person could ring you about interest rates, another one could ring about their family member that's passed away, another one could ring you about something that's going on in the city, and then you'll get someone from over east, as I say, from Melbourne or Sydney, about something that's happening over there, and you've always got to give people the respect and listen to their point of view. And we don't always agree. I have to say, I don't agree with everything everybody says, but do I have to? I don't think so. As long as
no, of course. I always say to people, if you agree with me 100% of the time, then you're just as mad as I am, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I'm with you. And have you been listening to us for a while, Caleb?
Look, I haven't been listening to you all that long, I have to say. Look, I'm something of an insomniac, as evidenced by the fact that I'm calling you at 20 to 6 in the morning. But I because I work late nights, so my show's at 10 p.m. on Sky in terms of, Eastern time. So by the time I come home and I sit down and you have a glass of red or two and you go, oh, God, it's 3 in the morning or whatever. So I stay up at night and I like to listen to the radio or whatever. But tuning in on weekends, which I have done to 6PR for perhaps the last year or so, and I had a segment a few years ago, well, more than a few years ago now, when Adam Shand was doing Drive.
Oh wow!
6PR.
Yep, I remember.
I used to do a weekly segment with Adam on Thursdays, I think it was. But I've been tuning into your program and others on 6PR for a little while because, us living over east, it's good to tune in and hear what other people are thinking and saying in other parts of the country, because it's easy to get swept up in what we think is happening over here. And we forget quite often that there are people in Perth and South Australia, where I'm from originally, other parts of the country, and things are going on. So it's been great to tune in. And as I say, the way you treat listeners, and you were saying before, everyone deserves respect. To do this job, as you well know, is the greatest privilege in the world. To be able to sit in front of a microphone or in front of a television camera or whatever it might be and talk to other people out there, it's a bit surreal. But my God, is it not the best thing you've ever done in your life?
I worked at Medicare and Centrelink for 27 years, and I worked at a service station when I was a young guy at about 17, up to the age of 7. I started when I was like 14. And I have to tell you, the petrol station was great. As I grew up and had a car, I got free petrol and free Coke and free chewing gum and all that type of thing. Medicare was fantastic because you got to process all your claims a lot quicker because you gave them to staff. Centrelink was great because they made me redundant and paid me out, and I got a bit of money from Centrelink, not the other way around. And I have to say, this has been a blast. When I was younger, I did a lot of community radio, and I still do community TV. And the thing is, as an announcer, you dream of one day working at a radio station where it's really important to people and it's well known. And when I got a job here at 6PR, everybody said, "Oh my God, you're working on 6PR." And I've loved it from day one, and I love it today, and I'll love it hopefully into the future. It is such a privilege to be able to talk to people and be myself. If you can, the old saying, be yourself, no one does it better. And when you're yourself, you never have to remember anything, and when you tell the truth. And I'll tell you a little story, Carol, a very quick one. This week I thought, what else can I do? But I rang management, and I probably shouldn't say it, but I rang them and said, would you be willing to keep the weekend overnights on air? And I'd be willing to do it for nothing for a month, just to prove to you that people love it and work. And they said, thank you very much, not required. It's not that we don't respect what you do. We know people love what you do, and I was willing to do it for nothing. And that's how much I love the job that I do here. And I think it's one of those sort of things. We get some opportunities in life that are excellent and are just amazing and a buzz. And this would be my life opportunity that I've had. And if it ended tomorrow, Caleb, I'd walk out that door, hand in my pass and say, I worked at 6PR, so I got there.
And wouldn't we all? Because, there's, as you know, given the circumstance you're now in, I mean, this is a very fickle industry. Things can change overnight.
It is.
But the point you make, the only thing you can be is yourself.
Exactly.
And a broadcaster who I'm sure you would know of, Jeremy Cordeaux, who had a lot of success in Adelaide, who's been very good to me. He told me very early in my career, the only thing you can be is yourself. Because if you pretend to be anything other than yourself, the listener, the viewer, whatever, will know. And when they know, that's it. The only product you can sell is yourself, and you've done it very well.
No, thank you very much. I did like that little joke that you probably didn't even realise you made. Things can change overnight.
You're quite right. I didn't realise that because as far as I'm concerned, the sun's about to come up here in Sydney. So,
well, do you know what?
We're not overnight necessarily.
Exactly. And do you know what I'd love to see as well, Caleb, one day? I'd love to see us here in Perth. I do a TV show called The Couch on Foxtel, which goes all around Australia. I've been doing it for 23 years, and we make it in Perth, but the whole of Australia watch it. And we have so many people in Brisbane and Melbourne and Sydney that watch us. And we love it. And I'd love to see 6PR maybe one day do a national program that the whole of Australia can see why WA believes that we're pretty unique. So you never know one day. Never say never, because things change overnight, as you say.
And there's no reason why it can't happen. As a proud South Australian boy, I feel the same. South Australia often gets gypped. But there are great things happening in other parts of the country. Perth and SA at the moment's obviously got gather round going on in the AFL. Perth, Adelaide, these big cities can still do things, even though Melbourne and Sydney don't recognise it.
Good on you. Well, thank you, Caleb. All the best with your show, and keep in touch. I'm still going to be on other shows, I hope. After telling everyone I'm working for nothing, I probably won't be here. But look, thank you very much. It is what it is, and thank you very much for taking the time out, especially the fact that you're over in Sydney and it's really early in the morning. You stayed up, and I appreciate it as well. And thanks for your kind words as well.
Pleasure. Thanks, Fred.
Good on you. Have a great morning. Bye-bye. We'll take a break. Nice call there from Caleb. Lovely callers everywhere this morning. Joy, you're coming up next.
Hey tradies, where do you go for the biggest range of steel supplies in WA? It's got to be Medallia Steel. With branches across the state, Medallia Steel has you covered with rebar, roofing supplies, structural steel, pipe, flat bars, angle and more. Plus, if you need it cut to size and delivered to site, no worries. See your local Medallia Steel team today. Find your nearest Medallia Steel centre at medalliasteel.com.
The cost of living keeps rising. Thankfully, so does the sun. That's why more Aussies are getting smart with SolarHeart. Go solar today and get up to $1,000 off a SolarHeart solar power system and battery package. That's right, get up to $1,000 off when you purchase a 5 kilowatt and above SolarHeart solar power system and an eligible Goodwee battery. Lower your energy bills with every sunrise. Get smart. Get SolarHeart. Terms and conditions apply.
That's your rideshare. That's your pizza. That's your online shopping. And that's your blood test. With Saturn Pathology, getting your blood tested won't drive you mad. You won't drive anywhere because Saturn Pathology's mobile collection service comes to you. Ask your doctor for Saturn Pathology next time you need a blood test. We accept all referral forms, use high-tech vein finders for best results, and bulk bill. Say goodbye to difficult blood tests with Saturn Pathology.
Create your ideal outdoor space with Advanced Patios, Perth's go-to patio manufacturers. This family-orientated business builds patios, carports, sheds, outdoor blinds and decking with designs others can't do in places others won't go. With engineering and council approval done for you, the dream you have, we create.
It all turned out amazing. Very happy I chose Advanced Patios.
Installation of the patio was painless. Job was completed in 2 days flat. Turned out superb.
Contact Advanced Patios online, advancedpatios.com.au.
I've been caring for Audrey since I started at Regis Aged Care. I'm committed to providing her and all our residents comfort and care. I want to give them the opportunity to live their life to the fullest.
Does your loved one require aged care support? Regis is welcoming permanent and respite residents to join their community. Search Regis or call 1300 998 100 to inquire. Regis Aged Care, personalised and respectful care that embraces the experience of ageing.
When you have an active day ahead, you don't want your joints to slow you down. For joints that keep up with you, try the new concentrated curcumin range from Blackmores, including the concentrated curcumin 1 a day, a convenient 1 a day dose to support your joint health. Curcumin is a natural component of the turmeric spice with anti-inflammatory action, and the new Blackmores curcumin range contains a concentrated form of curcumin specifically formulated for optimal absorption to help you stay active. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Keeping you company overnight. Fred Mafrica.
Yes, good morning. 9 minutes to 3 o'clock. I know I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people waiting to talk. Please don't hang up. Stick around. I wanted to play a song. It was requested about an hour ago by Ben in Myrie. And he said, Fred, I want to request a song for the overnight family and for you and John. And I promised I'd play it before 3 o'clock. I hope you like it. Here's your song, Ben in Myrie, and thank you for requesting it.
If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet, you know that ghost is me, and I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sells. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero would be me. The heroes often fail, and you won't read that book again because the ending's just too hard to take. Like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Into number two, a movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real, I never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong, with chains upon my feet. The stories always end. If you read between the lines, you'll know that I'm just trying to understand the feelings that you lack. Never thought I could feel this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back.
Thank you very much for requesting the song, Ben. It is a beautiful song, and thank you again. We'll take a break. News is coming up.
Nature and a vibrant community. This is Kennedy Bay. Imagine teeing off on a world-class links golf course, enjoying dinner at the Birdie Bar and Restaurant, and living the beach lifestyle with pristine coastlines. Far enough away to feel like a holiday, but close enough to stay connected to the CBD with public transport. Imagine a new way of living in Kennedy Bay. Visit our brand new display village. Find more information at kennedybay.com.au.
Think you're on top of your footy tipping game? Then see if you've got what it takes to beat the boys during 6PR breakfast this AFL season. Every Thursday after 8, Millsy and Carl pick one lucky listener to go head-to-head with them as they kick off their footy tipping for the upcoming round. If you beat the boys by getting more tips right, you'll win a $150 voucher to the Wembley Hotel. Beat the boys thanks to the Wembley Hotel, your local since 1932.
When you're selecting products for your bathroom, kitchen or laundry, the right choices can make your house a home. At Parkwood Plumbing Centre, we have one of the biggest, best selections in Perth and can help you find products to impress, from budget to boutique or local to European. If you haven't got a quote from Parkwood Plumbing Centre, you could be paying too much. Meet our helpful and professional staff at 168 Bannister Road, Canning Vale.
The Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Save up to 40% off bed frames. Plus, for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off selected bed frames. Hurry, the Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
What a little snooze can do. G'day, this is the Camel. How do pigs write? With a pig pen.
Pigpen! Pigpen! Oink, oink! That's right. Great Northern Super Crisp cans, just $59.99 a block. Purchase a specially marked carton to get BCF vouchers. Oyster Bay New Zealand Sav Blanc, only $16.99 a bottle. Thirsty Camel Bottle Shops. Prices may vary due to freight.
Whether working less is some way off or just around the corner, Equip Super can help you turn your super into retirement income. Search equipsuper.com.au/next chapter to see if we're right for you. PDS and TMD available at equipsuper.com.au. Together Trustees Proprietary Limited. AFSL 246383.
That's your ride share. That's your pizza. That's your online shopping. And that's your blood test. With Saturn Pathology, getting your blood tested won't drive you mad. You won't drive anywhere because Saturn Pathology's mobile collection service comes to you. Ask your doctor for Saturn Pathology next time you need a blood test. We accept all referral forms, use high-tech vein finders for best results, and bulk bill. Say goodbye to difficult blood tests with Saturn Pathology.
Keeping you company overnight. Fred Mafrica on Perth 6PR.
For one last time on Perth Overnights. What a wonderful show. And thank you. Coming up to news time. It is coming up to 3 o'clock, by the way. As always, we've got our news from our 6PR newsroom. And after the news, we've got a whole heap of special people we're going to talk to that we call our audience. And I do thank you for all your calls. It's been beautiful this morning. And I look forward to having a chat to you after the news. And if you want to talk about anything else that's coming up, or you're planning a trip, or you found something funny out there, or anything at all, in fact, if you want to talk, give me a call, 133 882. 6PR.
People you know, news you can trust, opinions that matter on 6PR. Perth's 882 6PR.
White. Two weather systems have combined over the east coast of Australia, bringing widespread rainfall and possible thunderstorms. 100 millimetres has fallen over some parts of Greater Sydney with a severe weather warning in place. The New South Wales Emergency Service has responded to more than 550 calls for help and conducted 7 flood rescues. The Hawkesbury Nepean River system is the main concern for flooding, with Warragamba Dam forecast to spill on Monday. The Weather Bureau's Steve Burkani says the heavy rain will continue in Sydney before moving south.
We're expecting 6 hourly rainfalls of 50 to 90 millimetres, with 130 millimetres over the Illawarra Escarpment. 24-hour totals of 200 to 300 millimetres are also possible in some locations. We're talking about easterly winds averaging 60 to 70 kilometres with gusts of up to 90 kilometres.
A trial date has been set for the police officer charged over the death of a 95-year-old woman tasered in the New South Wales South. Christian White appeared by video link as he formally entered a plea of not guilty to manslaughter over the death of Claire Nowland at Cooma. He is now due to face trial in Sydney in November. Southern states are being warned to boost their own gas supply. The ACCC has released a report highlighting New South Wales and Victoria's reliance on northern states for the resource. Gas is expected to be in a surplus for the September quarter. More than 50 police officers have swarmed a suburb in Sydney's inner west, disrupting the operations of an organised crime group. The Raptor squad locked down several streets in Drummoyne, speaking to over 100 residents and seizing $30,000 in cash. 7 people and 5 vehicles were searched. Detective Superintendent Andrew Kusafuli says members of the public have raised concerns about the network operating in the area.
We are well aware of the individuals that live on that street. The residents have made complaints to us about being harassed by those residents and their associates who stop them and ask them what they're doing in those streets, and we just can't have that ongoing behaviour.
And Israel may pay compensation to the families of aid workers killed in an airstrike in Gaza, including an Australian woman. Zomi Frankham was killed alongside her World Central Kitchen colleagues when a missile hit her convoy. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has criticised Israel, saying it's not good enough to dismiss the strike as a wartime accident. To sport now, and the AFL's gather round has kicked off in Adelaide with the Demons beating the Crows 78-63. The home side is still winless this season. The Melbourne Storm has climbed to the top of the NRL table with a 34-32 win over the Broncos to open round 5, while the Roos coach Joe Yap has added Chris Deleuze and Sam Needs to her coaching staff as assistants, and Rafael Nadal has pulled out of the Monte Carlo Tennis Masters because of a lingering injury. The 37-year-old hasn't played since the Brisbane International in January. That's News and Sport.
Usually when Martino's on a ride, his finances are the last thing on his mind.
But today, that's all I can think about.
Because he just opened a Macquarie savings account with great ongoing variable rates up to 4.75% per annum.
Finally some real momentum.
And because there are no deposit conditions, his savings will accelerate even faster.
Let's go.
Open a Macquarie savings account with 4.75% per annum on balances up to $1 million. It's where your money gains momentum.
I bank with Macquarie.
Rates accurate as of January 18th and are variable. T's and C's apply.
Every master has their trade secret. For painters, it's Berger. The paint for the painter that knows. It gets the job done and keeps it that way. And keeps on keeping on. Find a trade stockist at berger.com.au.
Since 1982, our passionate teams at First National Real Estate have worked 10,400 days and around 582 million hours across Australia with one common goal: to always put you first. And we'll be here in Perth to help you on your journey to your happy place. Be it a tree change, a sea change, upsize, downsize, or finding that investment gem. First National Real Estate. We put you first. firstnational.com.au.
The Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Save up to 50% off mattresses. Plus, for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off mattresses. Hurry, the Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
Create your ideal outdoor space with Advanced Patios, Perth's go-to patio manufacturers. This family-orientated business builds patios, carports, sheds, outdoor blinds and decking with designs others can't do in places others won't go. With engineering and council approval done for you, the dream you have, we create.
It all turned out amazing. Very happy I chose Advanced Patios.
Installation of the patio was painless. Job was completed in 2 days flat. Turned out superb.
Contact Advanced Patios online, advancedpatios.com.au.
Weather. Get into the gardening show this weekend from 6 till 8 a.m. on 6PR.
Mostly sunny in Perth today, a maximum of 32 degrees. 17 is what we should get down to early this morning. Sunday, sunny and 34. And then for Monday, a sunny day and 31. Tuesday, sunny and 29. Wednesday, sunny and 28. Thursday, sunny and 28. And then for Friday, a mostly sunny day and 29 degrees at 5 minutes past 3 right here on 6PR. 16.8 degrees, and you are definitely up to date.
This is Perth Overnight with Fred Mafrica on Perth's 6PR.
Nothing could change you except at sure of the way. We'll walk by night, we'll fly by day, moonlighting strangers who just met on the way, who just met on the way, who just met on the way.
Yes. Never truer words, eh? Strangers that met on the way. Now, I had an SMS from a caller, and I'm not doing it to point them out that they're wrong or whatever. In regards to the ABC, our ABC, we all own it, I guess. I was asked, how can it not be live when they've taken part? No, Overnight is broadcast on the ABC from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. local time on ABC Radio, and follows a show called Nightlife, which I must admit I've never listened to the overnight program on another station. The program is then broadcast on delay to South Australia, Northern Territory, etc., on digital radio. Now, I just wanted to, and I probably don't have to explain because it's another station, but what it is because it's on at 2 a.m. and it goes through to 6, you've probably called in at 2 a.m. and got through and someone has spoken to you, and it is live. But it's not, it's 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. and it's on delay, meaning that it's 2 hours or 3 hours in summer and 2 hours delay. So pretty much like what we're doing. Tony Mac during the week will be live. But of course, Tony Mac will start in our time. It will be 10 o'clock our time, but we won't hear him in Perth until 12 our time. So basically, it's not delayed. It just means you miss the first 2 hours of his show unless you listen on digital at 10 o'clock at night, and you'll hear Tony's full show. So basically, it is live, fully live, from 12 o'clock until 3 a.m. And can I just urge people to please give them a call. 133-882, 133-882 is the number to call if you want to be part of the Australia Overnight program. Thank you. And I hope that sort of answered your question to that caller that thought that they were listening to a live broadcast. It is live, but not at the same time. So if you were to say to that announcer, what time is it over there? They'd say, oh, it's 4 o'clock, and you're thinking it's 2 o'clock. All right, let's go to our next caller. Joy, thank you for calling. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Fred.
How's your week been?
Horrible.
Tell me what happened. Why has it been horrible?
Yesterday, had to go and dress Jenny, and today we buried her. And so it's been a bit hard.
Yeah, I can
and
imagine.
Next week, we've got the memorial service, which, because she had me down as next of kin, I've been organising these three things. By the way, the Department of Communities eventually came up with help for the funeral.
Which is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, they were. So I nearly phoned you yesterday and I thought, no, I won't take your time.
You should have messaged me and said, Fred, can you give me a call?
Well, I will next time.
No problem.
I promise.
And how are you going now? I know it would have been quite emotional for you, and it still would be. Are you okay?
Do you know what's... by the way, I want to check your email address in a minute. You know what's strange? How you were saying you felt as if you were reading your own epitaph and things like that. I know it was different, but when we had to get them or intensive care told us there was nothing they could do for Jenny. And
I think we've lost you there. Are you still with us? No, we've lost Joy. And I'm not too sure why. Let's see if I can still pick Joy up here. Where are you, Joy? Let's try and ring Joy. She might have gone flat on her phone. Let's give her a call. Probably doesn't realise her phone's dropped out. You with us, Joy?
Hello?
Yes, your phone dropped out. So tell me again. Tell me again. Start what you were saying.
What was I saying?
You were saying that it felt like a funeral.
Yeah. You know how you felt as if you were sort of reading your own
eulogy.
Epitaph.
Yeah.
But this was different. But when we had to turn the machine off for Jenny, I held her hand and talked to her until she passed away. Did the best I could. But I think because she was still warm, I come home from church or wherever and think, I must give Jenny a call. Or after phoning, because I phone some people in our church every day to make sure they're okay, haven't had falls and they're not in pain. And after that, I used to phone Jenny. That was her time. So I'd go to phone Jenny, and I think, oh, I can't, But until yesterday, we went to dress her, myself and a couple of other ladies from the church, or sisters, and her hands were freezing. I held her hand, and they were so cold, Fred, and I thought, she really is dead. And it hit me. And it was the most strangest thing that until that moment, I hadn't, because I couldn't see the change in the colour of her face or anything like that. And I just hadn't really accepted it. And now I've had to, And then I started, got cards and things from carers and Jenny adored you and you've been a wonderful mum and all this sort of thing. And I just tried to do what I could. But that's a part of life. Anyway, let's get happier, or else I'll start crying about your show going off.
I tell you what, you've got I think it's been a hard time for a lot of people. And with what you've gone through, what we've done here, it is like having a funeral in a sense where it's like you're grieving for someone that you love or something that you love. And, people want to say goodbye to it because, it may not, it's not everybody's cup of tea to take on that saying. But, there's a lot of people like Joy, like yourself and other people that absolutely love having this friend called 6PR at night. And a lot of people either go to bed with us in the background or they don't sleep at all. And I know how important it is. It's a very important service to people.
Now, is your email address fred@6pr.com?
With an AU at the end, .com.au.
And it's all lowercase, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, it will still work. But yeah, fred@6pr.com.au.
Yeah, well, I'll try and send an email because I tried phoning the staff at 6PR to talk to them. And I wasn't rude or angry I just wanted to talk to them. And they just wouldn't put me through, and which is unusual. But anyway, getting back to me writing emails, my hands shake too much for me to do it on my phone. So I'm going to try talking it through. And one funny thing that happened a few years ago, I was in Melbourne and I got sick. I got this infection and I phoned up my kids and I said, I've got this, infection. And I got a message back from, I think it was Chris, my son. Mum, what's an up-the-tree infection? And I said, oh, what? And he said, what's an up-the-tree infection? That's what your message says.
What is an up-the-tree infection?
And I said, a respiratory infection.
Oh, because you did the voice by text. I tell you what.
Yeah.
SMSs are worst, are bad at all times, but when you do talk, sometimes it gives completely a different meaning. I've done that. I've been in the car and I've gone, hey, Siri, send a message to blah, 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 right? And it actually does do that, and sometimes it sends it to the wrong person and sometimes it sends completely the wrong message.
It's so funny. But, well, it isn't. My phone's dreadful. And guess what? On the way to church last week, I'd been trying to get that song that I was going to sing. Gets into the chapel.
Well, do you know what? Do you know what you do? I'm going to be on Saturday night from 6 to 12 tonight. And if you've got that song, you should ring us up and play it for us.
I have. I've got it here right now.
Have you got it now?
actually.
You're going to do a little bit of it now?
Yeah.
All
Let
right.
me just...
You're queuing up your music, I'm
Play
assuming.
I Have a Dream, ABBA. Ah, it's working, Fred.
Sure is.
I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with anything. Did you see the wonder of the fairy tale? You can take the future, even if you fail. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels, when I know the time is right for me. I'll cross the stream. I have a dream. There you go.
You did beautifully, Joy. What a way to say goodbye for now on this program. Beautiful. You did really, really well. I'm glad you found the music and you were able to sing it and not have any issues with it as well. You did beautifully. Good on you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Well done. And if you're up tomorrow or tonight between 6 and 12, give me a call on the Saturday night program because I'd love to say hello.
I will.
Good on you, Joy. Thanks for singing and have a wonderful day, okay? And
you.
Well done for your friend Jenny as well. All right, we'll take a break. Coming up, we're going to talk to our security guard, Mark, and then we've got Frank, and then we've got a couple of other callers, so don't go away.
Since 1982, our passionate teams at First National Real Estate have worked 10,400 days and around 582 million hours across Australia with one common goal: to always put you first. And we'll be here in Perth to help you on your journey to your happy place. Be it a tree change, a sea change, upsize, downsize, or finding that investment gem. First National Real Estate. We put you first. firstnational.com.au.
Create your ideal outdoor space with advanced patios, Perth's go-to patio manufacturers. This family-orientated business builds patios, carports, sheds, outdoor blinds and decking with designs others can't do in places others won't go. With engineering and council approval done for you, the dream you have, we create.
It all turned out amazing. Very happy I chose Advanced Patios.
Installation of the patio was painless. Job was completed in 2 days flat. Turned out superb.
Contact Advanced Patios online, advancedpatios.com.au.
Picture this: crystal clear 4K streaming, fast web page loading, and even faster downloads and uploads on multiple devices at the same time. Sounds good? Well, you might be one of more than 3.5 million Australian homes and businesses ready to turbocharge your internet speed with NBN's full fibre upgrades. To find out if you can get NBN's fastest home internet, Google NBN. Check your address, then talk to your internet provider. Customer experience may vary. Talk to your retailer for details.
It's time to take a closer look at a Peugeot with drive-away offers on new SUVs. Like the Peugeot 3008 Allure SUV from a drive-away price of $48,990. With an elevated driving position and the latest safety features, this mid-size SUV epitomises style and comfort. Take advantage of new SUVs available for prompt delivery while stocks last. T's and C's apply. Head to Peugeot.com.au or visit your local Peugeot dealer today.
Hey boss, we've got some more orders.
Hey, boss, we've got some more orders.
Could you do a bulk order?
Hey, boss, we've got some more orders.
Could you do a bulk order?
Hey, I've got the materials ready for the extension. Ready for the extension. Extension. Extension.
Your numbers are looking good.
If business decisions feel wild, wrangle them with a NAB business expert. NAB. More than money.
Hey tradies, where do you go for the biggest range of steel supplies in WA? It's got to be Medallia Steel. With branches across the state, Medallia Steel has you covered with rebar, roofing supplies, structural steel, pipe, flat bars, angle and more. Plus, if you need it cut to size and delivered to site, no worries. See your local Medallia Steel team today. Find your nearest Medallia Steel centre at medalliasteel.com.
Keeping you company overnight, Fred Mafrica.
23 minutes past 3, 16.8 degrees. Perth overnight. Very special moment for us here. Only an hour and a half left of the final Perth overnight from Perth. That's why we call it Perth overnight. Mark, good morning.
Morning, Fred.
How are you, Mark?
Oh, pretty good, thanks. Yourself, mate?
Oh, I'm doing really well. Thank you very much. What's the old saying? As good as can be expected.
So back to Centrelink, eh?
Well, look, I have to say, I did get a job back there, and I'm just waiting for them to approach me with where, when, and all that type of thing.
Well, we got to keep your finger in it. Just think, you got to look worried yourself, don't you? You know.
Yeah, and can I say I wasn't done because I did it when I was in Bali. We didn't even know the overnights were going anywhere. And the reason I did it is because I thought, well, I can still work the weekends and maybe do a day or two at Centrelink purely because I thought it would actually keep my information up. You know what I mean?
I got no doubt, because I'll find somewhere else at 60 hours a year for sure.
Well, I'm already doing other stuff. I'll be doing the Saturday night program tonight from 6 to 12. And
when you mentioned John, he did say when I spoke to him, I said, what's your plans? He said, well, he said, Dave told me that there'll be other stuff for him to do coming up in the future if he wants it. So we'll work there for him if he decides he wants to hang out. I don't know. No. But he may say no.
Look, I think the thing with other people is it depends if they're willing to do. See, I'll be honest with you. John's never really presented any other show.
No.
All right, so it is a bit more hard for him, but I don't think he'd have a problem. And the other thing is he may not want to do, after doing something for 40 years, you get to a routine, don't you?
Well, I had a job down south in this hotel, and I used to do everything, did my own thing for years and years. When they sold it, new owners come in, and they said to me, well, you've still got a job, but this thing's all changed. I said, oh, no, I think I'll move on, thanks. They said, why not? I said, oh, no, won't be the same. And that's the same sort of thing. You're used to doing something, your own thing. You know, it's difficult. I know myself, after tonight, I won't bother with my overnight show next week. I won't bother at all. I think, no.
Fair enough.
I listened to the, I told you last week, Luke Boner.
Yeah, that's a pre-recorded show. That's like 3 hours.
It's on live in Sydney, but behind here. You can ring them, but the thing is that show too, you do get the whole 5 hours too.
Oh no, you will, but it's all you can't ring in and get through.
You can ring it.
No, what I mean, when you ring in, you're not going to go to air the time that you're listening.
No,
you'll go to air 2 hours later.
And the funny thing is, last week I listened to it a couple of times, and there's about three or four voices I recognised from overnight show ringing up. I can't remember his name now. Not Brendan. Oh, you remember Brendan used to ring up Chris Ilsley all the time.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do remember Brendan, yes.
Traffic report and that. What's ahead? But he rang that show quite often too. But I just like it. They play music, you talk, they talk about things that, there's a lot of Eastern stuff. But he does go around Australia, talk about Perth and Queensland, and obviously more about Melbourne and Sydney. And I think with this new show, I think eventually we'll get left behind.
Do you really believe that? Do you believe that you'll be left behind with someone like Tony Mack that's come from Perth?
He'll do as you told, John. Fred. He'll do exactly what he's got to do.
Okay.
He's got bosses, so...
Because I was listening to him last night, and he actually said, from tomorrow, from Monday morning, we're going to have Perth callers, and they're going to join us here on Overnights. I think, I don't know, I reckon you might find that he may concentrate on many Perth calls for the first night.
Well, like, I'll ring up now. I can't remember how long I waited. 55 minutes. But that's including the news break. I think you played a bit of a song and that sort of thing. That's fine. Now, I'll ring up next week. I'll probably wait twice as long as that, if not longer. And how long will it talk for?
About a minute or two. But the thing is as well...
Really worth it?
With Ben over East, you'll find that he'll answer your call, and then he may actually say, look, we'll ring you back.
Yeah, it's okay, but what's the point of waiting a couple of hours, Fred? You might get a minute or two.
Yeah.
I mean, in a minute or two, you're not going to have enough time to get everything else. The people you talk to, not the lady before, how's she going to go? She was no hope in hell. You stand there very patient. You sit there, you let people explain things in their own way. They won't get this chance.
Yeah. Look, I hear what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you because what can I say? I mean, at the end of the day, I think we here in Perth are quite unique, and they all know we're unique because we do give people enough time to have a chat, to tell their story, to tell us why they're upset, and I think it works, and it has worked, and it's disappointing.
There's so many calls like the twins, Alan and Kenny. Well, who's going to listen to them talking about it anymore? Nobody.
Well, I hope they do.
John, like you and John, we all know that they're not quite there. That's fine. But they're the same as we are. We're all part of a family of the overnight. And like John, he plays games with them. And
of course, but I do the same with the quizzes and that.
It is you both do the same thing.
Do you know what? You've got people from all different backgrounds with all disabilities. We've all got disability in some way. And I guess you've got to respect people for being a human and being decent, and you try and give them an important day. You make them feel important too.
Well, I haven't heard Alan or Kenny ring up 6PR since John. And I doubt we'll hear it on the radio ever again. I doubt it very much.
Yeah,
they may ring you if they know you're on the radio. They won't ring you if you do an overnight show or something like that. You fill in here or there, but apart from that, they won't ring up.
I have to say, I don't think they quite comprehend yet that the program's coming to an end.
No, and there's many others too. I don't think 6PR actually realised, or Channel 9, who was pulling the strings. I don't think they quite realised how much effect and how many calls that they will actually lose. So I reckon they'll lose nearly all the first callers. Oh, if you feel will still listen, time to time, but they'll eventually start losing them all of it over time. And that'll filter on to other shows as well, because they won't. And how's this show going to work? This show, when you got 2 hours of or recordings of this afterwards, that leads into the breakfast show with Millsy and Stephen Carl.
Can I just ask? Did Simon Lee let people know it was coming on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you got that information, because that information about money news is not quite correct.
I don't know. I just said you just said that with the show it's going to do. Tony Mack will come on here and say such a type, like you said.
Yeah.
Welcome to Perth now joins the blah blah. Like that Triple M thing does. We welcome so and so. They all do it. And then he said Then at 3 o'clock, he said, the show's finished.
Yep.
He said, we'll go to switch to recordings and get the best of the breakfast and other shows and that.
Yeah. Look, can I just say to you, this is just my gut feeling, Mark. What will happen is, clearly there's a time difference, all right? They start at 10 o'clock their time, which is obviously, they start at 10 o'clock our time, which is 12 o'clock over there. Clearly, when they start at 12 here, it's 2 o'clock over there. It will finish, because they finish at 5, or I think they finish at 5:30, to be honest with you. But I would say just give them a chance, because once they work out what they're going to do, you may actually find that they may, this is what I feel, it might be extended by 2 hours, that program.
No. But if they do that, then what happens to the programs that follow that program? Can't keep putting...
No. I'll tell you how it would work. It will come out of the 3AW studio and 2GB on the weekends. All they would have to do is give Tony Mack 7 hours of work. At 5 o'clock in Melbourne, Tony Mack would say, news is coming up at 5 o'clock and we'll catch everybody tomorrow around Australia except for Perth. And he would carry on with Perth, and you might get 2 extra hours of talk back. It would certainly be the easier way of doing it.
Well, yeah, that would be, but that would be okay, but I don't think so, John, Fred. I don't think so. I keep calling you John. Oh,
that's all right. You can call me John.
John's never worked Friday nights. I don't know why I keep saying John.
No, that's okay. Look, I think also the only other thing that would go against that extra 2 hours would be the reason that they got rid of the Perth program was to save money. But I think if they were going to pay someone like Tony Mack a couple of extra hours a day, it wouldn't be a huge expense, overall. And he's already in the studio.
I mean, I don't get you wrong. Tony's a really good broadcaster. I used to listen to him years ago when he was on the... he used to do breakfast with Millsy.
Yeah.
Long time. That's probably that must have been, 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I listened to him yesterday and I thought, gee, he's got better. He's a lot better with the talkback, because originally he didn't really like the overnight talkback, but I think he's actually enjoying it.
But he's not a young man either, is he?
Who? Tony Mack?
Tony.
I would say he's in his 60s.
Oh, I thought he'd been older than that.
No. Look, I think probably 65, 66. He'd be
These guys, one in the 70s still. Some bloke in the 70s still do broadcasting.
Well, you've got Harvey Deegan. It's still there.
Harvey Deegan.
And he's doing a great job. He still presents some panels and does everything on his own. So
he's getting on a bit, isn't he? Is he still in his 70s?
Oh, look, I would say yes. You're probably right. But, he's an amazing technical person.
He mentioned on there when he's talking to the guy from Fred's restaurant, and he said, your birthday or something. He goes, yes, I was born in 1946.
There you go.
And you said? And I thought it was Tony Mack.
No. Tony would be about 65. I think there's about maybe 10 years difference between, maybe a little bit more, and Harvey's been around a bit longer.
He's pretty good too. He's been around a long time.
You know what? Everyone that puts themselves up for talkback radio does a great job. It isn't the easiest job to do, and it's one of those sort of things. I never blame the announcer when things change.
That's why that guy you had on before from over east, the thing he said about you and John and that. That's why you and John are so unique. Because, I mean, I don't know, you've just got that. Steve Mills has got the same thing. You just connect with people, Steve's the same. Mills is the same. He's got that, Mills, he's got that. He can just report with anybody. He's on breakfast, on lunchtime. Nothing changed. People loved him on breakfast. They went to lunchtime. People loved him there. Didn't matter. You and John are the same. I don't know. You just connect with people quite easily.
You know why? Because we're probably people that have done community work. We're people that have worked for free, have done stuff for their family. We've looked after family. So we've lived a very real life, not a privileged life, but we've been privileged for living that life. And I don't know, I guess we're just normal, everyday people.
And I mean, you obviously know that you help so many people.
Look, but I love it. I love it.
I couldn't even put a number on. There's so many. But sometimes we're just having a ear to listen to them.
Correct.
Like the lady talked about her friend, or her friend or her daughter,
Jenny,
that passed away.
Her friend.
Yeah, just having a ear to listen to you, to her, to tell you, how she's just that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and she'll go to bed, go to sleep, feeling happy, and feel much better just for that couple of minutes you gave her. You know, that's gone now. She can't get that anymore.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing I'm missing. Yeah. I mean, I'm not missing myself because I like ringing up and having a chat with you and having a laugh and being sometimes a little bit cheeky sometimes and that, telling bakery stories and whatever else.
You know what? Everyone puts in an effort for this program. I love the fact I wait for people to ring through and I think to myself, when's Mark calling in? When's Kate ringing in? When's Joanne? When's Joy? I
better say hello to Kate because
you do.
I mean, she's I know she's liberal, but she's very even. She's not biased one way or the other.
Yeah, I think it was my influence, Mark. I think I have sort of influenced her to be a bit more. These liberals, they never balance. They're always one-sided. So I've tried to balance people a little bit.
She'll be laughing her head off now.
Yeah, I know. And many people have actually written to me, Mark, and said, I don't agree with your politics, but I do love your way. And I love that because, you actually feel appreciated. And then there's people that said, we've had our disagreements, but I really enjoy listening to it. I think, but that's good. That's excellent. Excellent.
Well, that's what talk makes about. I mean, you can't, like before, if people ring up and agree with everything you said, it would be a boring old show, wouldn't it?
How boring would it be, all right? You need to have a little bit of conflict where people say, maybe I learned something, maybe they learned something, or maybe we both learn. So,
is Frank ringing you tonight?
He's coming up next after you.
Oh, okay. And what about Donnie?
No, Don hasn't rung for a while. I think he's probably quite, I'd say quite sad. He's probably sad and upset. Donnie and I disagree on a lot of things, especially politics. Hey, Mark, it's been a pleasure. I hope you ring me on Saturday night if you've got the time tonight, between 6 and 12.
I'll try.
And it'll be nice to have all the overnight people ringing up and saying, hey, Fred, saying hello.
Anyway, Fred, thanks very much for everything.
Always welcome, Mark. It's been a wonderful opportunity to talk to you, and we've had some good laughs as well.
Yeah, take care of yourself, mate.
Good on you. I'll talk to you again. Thank you, Mark. Bye-bye. Let's go to Frank, and then we'll take a quick break. I think Frank's just waiting until his phone cuts out there, and we'll talk to him in about a moment because I think he's just getting to his phone. And let's say hello to, I think he's there now. Hello, Frank. How are you?
Good morning, Frederick.
How are you this morning, Frank?
Listen, it's not ADO, is it? Couldn't be.
No, it's definitely not.
Well, that's good. It's just a hiccup on the road forward. So, as you're saying, if you don't mind waiting a couple of hours, give Tony Mack a ring. So that's what it's going to be like, isn't it?
Well, I don't want to say that because someone will say, why are you telling people that? I don't know how long, because I've never rung a talkback station, obviously, but I'm assuming they would get a lot of calls. Here we get about 100 calls at most, I guess. But if I get 100, they probably get 500.
Yeah, well, Melbourne's got 5 million people all jammed in on top of one another, and doesn't he go to Adelaide as well?
Yeah, it goes to 5AA in Adelaide, and it goes to all the regional Victoria as well.
Yeah, well, it'll be a long time between drinks, so I don't know whether I'll be hanging on. But like you said, you'll get somebody answering the phone, and they'll say, "We will ring you back." Right. Don't hold your breath.
And on weekends, Frank, Sydney does the whole of Australia, so that would take probably a bit longer. But I think they would probably answer your call and then say, it's Frank from Perth. What do you want to talk about? And then they'll say, we'll ring you back.
Yes, and if they're not interested in what you're going to talk about, they won't ring you back. So there you go.
I hope not.
So you'd be lucky to get on, right?
I reckon you could be a star on there. Could you imagine you ringing Tony Mack on Monday morning and say, it's Frank here from Perth? And he's going to say, I know you, Frank. You could be a star.
Well,
on there.
Tony and I have had a long history of talkback, and we seem to get on all right. I try not to rub him up the wrong way, but Tony's like you. He's pretty tolerant, and I think we get on pretty well. But we'll just have to see how long we have to wait. That is the main problem.
The only benefit that you'll have ringing Tony now is he can't cut you off because he's in a room where he just has a microphone, and Ben, his panel operator, is in another room. So you might get a chance to tell him what you think.
Well, that's right. So, it'll all work out one way or the other. So it's not, not stone dead in the water.
No.
But do you think John will go down in the Guinness Book of Records of 40 years talkback radio? Got to be some sort of a record.
Look, I think there's been people that have done it for longer, not talkback, but maybe, you got John Laws. John Laws would have definitely beaten John. And also people like Alan Jones. And you've got, there was a guy on a station in Sydney called 2CH, and he was there only for a couple of years ago, and he was in his 90s when he retired.
Yeah, well, Alan Jones has been going for a hell of a long time, and I think he's just retired, hasn't he?
I think he did. I think he was doing something online for a while. And I think John Laws has gone back to work somewhere as well.
Yeah, well, they never give up. But I see that at long last, all the world leaders have rang up Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and says, it's about time you pulled your head in, killing 7 aid workers targeted by a plane. It killed everybody, and he's finally been warned this is the last time.
That's right.
And it is about time. Been going on for 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, well, like America has now said to him, they've asked him to cease fire, and it's not the fact he's in war, it's more the way that people are getting killed. I think they're not happy with, innocent people are now dying in their hundreds, and it's got to stop.
Yes, indiscriminate bombing and shelling is outrageous behaviour, and it's got to stop. Now, what they ought to be shelling is Iran, where all the funding for a terrorist organisation is coming from Tehran, all right? Now, they ought to be, that's where they ought to be targeting, because they are funding Hamas, Hezbollah, ISIS. All the terrorist organisation are funded out of Iran. So I still don't know why the Yanks and the Jews haven't gone after those mad mullahs in Tehran that are feeding all these, starting all these wars. I mean, it's absolutely outrageous. But we'll have to see what's going to happen because there's wars brewing everywhere at the moment.
Yep, I tend to agree with you. And I think the problem with America is if they get into a war, they can't afford it. It's going to be an expensive one.
Yeah, well, it's billions of dollars, but they can always find money to kill people, Fred.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
Unfortunately. Good on you, Frank. Well, thank you for being part of it and having a lot of our barley talk together over the years. And you never know, one day I might actually catch up with you in Bali.
Well, you'll be on from time to time, won't you?
Yeah, of course I will. I'll be here tonight
You're still
from
there.
6 to midnight, and I'll be doing other stuff as well.
All right, amigo. I'll talk to you soon, I hope.
Good on you, Frank. Thanks for being part of the overnights as well. It's been great. We'll take a break. More coming up after this.
Hey tradies, where do you go for the biggest range of steel supplies in WA? It's got to be Medallia Steel. With branches across the state, Medallia Steel has you covered with rebar, roofing supplies, structural steel, pipe, flat bars, angle and more. Plus, if you need it cut to size and delivered to site, no worries. See your local Medallia Steel team today. Find your nearest Medallia Steel centre at medalliasteel.com.
Oliver Peterson.
Good to be here, Ollie. Good to be in the West.
News.
According to Better Renting Perth, rental properties are recording near unlivable temperatures.
Views.
I'm told by an insider that Anthony Albanese himself got involved and said to the ministers, you need to sort this out.
Analysis.
This is urgent. It needs action, and it needs a coordinated approach of the state, the federal government, the private health insurers. Keep the doors open.
Perth Live. Weekdays from 3 on Perth's 6PR.
Experience the magic of Annie the Musical as it lights up the stage at the Regal Theatre these April school holidays. The sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta come face to face with the iconic characters and timeless songs that have charmed audiences for decades. Come and cheer for Annie, the little girl with big dreams.
It's hard knock life for
Annie the Musical. Book today at Ticket Tech.
It's hard knock life.
Mate, can you hear me? You're gonna be okay. Hi, I need an ambulance.
Anyone can save a life. Learn how with St John. Search First Aid for Me. Supported by the Road Safety Commission.
I've been caring for Audrey since I started at Regis Aged Care. I'm committed to providing her and all our residents comfort and care. I want to give them the opportunity to live their life to the fullest.
Does your loved one require aged care support? Regis is welcoming permanent and respite residents to join their community. Search Regis or call 1300 998 100 to inquire. Regis Aged Care, personalised and respectful care that embraces the experience of ageing.
Bob, did you put the dog out? There's a wet patch on the carpet.
Struth, Shell. There's water dripping from the ceiling. Looks like the gutters overflowed during that storm last night.
Didn't you get them cleaned before winter?
Oh, crikey, I forgot. Now the gutters are chockers and the downpipes are blocked.
Don't wait till it's too late. Get Chockers Gutter Cleaning to suck the muck from your gutters and downpipes with their industrial vacuum, leaving no mess. They also offer a regular cleaning service with discounted rates. Visit chockersguttercleaning.com.au.
Deb has been my carer for almost as long as I've been at Regis. She is kind and understanding, listens to my needs and has helped me through some challenging moments. She's my other family.
Does your loved one require aged care support? Regis is welcoming permanent and respite residents to join their community. Search Regis or call 1300 998 100 to inquire. Regis Aged Care, personalised and respectful care that embraces the experience of ageing.
Bob, did you put the dog out? There's a wet patch on the carpet.
Struth, Shell. There's water dripping from the ceiling. Looks like the gutters overflowed during that storm last night.
Didn't you get them cleaned before winter?
Oh, crikey, I forgot. Now the gutters are chockers and the downpipes are blocked.
Don't wait till it's too late. Get Chockers Gutter Cleaning to suck the muck from your gutters and downpipes with their industrial vacuum, leaving no mess. They also offer a regular cleaning service with discounted rates. Visit chockersguttercleaning.com.au.
The Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Save up to 40% off bed frames. Plus, for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off selected bed frames. Hurry, the Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
This is Perth Overnight with Fred Mafrica on Perth's 6PR.
Coming up to 10 minutes to 4 o'clock. Nearly time. 1 hour left. Can you believe that? It's gone so quick. Let's go to the calls. Let's go to our next caller. Good morning, 6PR. Who's on the phone?
Yeah, Fred, it's John here.
G'day, John. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're all going, because after that, what I wanted to ask is Carl Langdon and all that still going to be doing the fishing show?
No, the boat diving fishing, yeah. You've got Glenn Jakovich doing it this morning, and then Frank will do it on Sundays.
So Carl's not doing it no more then?
No, since Carl took over breakfast, he doesn't do he's there all week, so he doesn't do the weekends.
Oh, all right then.
All right.
Because I'm down in the ocean at the moment. I've been down here since 3:30 this morning.
Have you caught anything, John?
We've already got 4 snapper on board already.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Is it cold out there? Windy?
Nah, it's dead flat.
Beautiful.
The salmon are actually in Warnbro Sound at the moment.
Oh, really? And what else is out there? You got the salmon. What else did you say you caught?
We've got snapper on board already.
Oh, beautiful.
And I'm just waiting for the
sun to rise, and then I'm going to go diving for some crays.
Oh, fantastic. You're going to have a bit of a seafood feast this weekend by the sounds of it.
No, not really. Yeah. I just want to fill my freezer back up because once the school holidays finish, we won't be able to catch our dewies or anything.
Because of the restrictions they've got. Is there a lot of people out there, John?
There's a lot coming. The last 2 weeks since the ban got lifted, everyone's been going out every day and every morning.
Catch a bit of fish. I think it's a great idea. And I'm glad, like we used to do it with my dad. We used to go out to Cottesloe and we used to, there was some rocks. I can't remember where we used to fish off the rocks. And the jetty, remember the old Fremantle jetty? We used to fish off that years ago when we were little
that's
kids.
Going way back.
I know, it shows our age, but we used to love it. You know, we used to catch octopus back then and all the different fish. So, no, I think it's wonderful if you can go out and fish. Do you take your whole family or you go on your own?
Nah, me and a couple of my mates are going out this morning because
Beautiful.
We didn't want the kids to come out with us today because it's boys' day out.
So it's just the boys this morning. And do you have a couple of drinks or nothing this time of the morning?
Nah, we don't drink at all on the boat.
Oh, well done. Very safe. Hey, John, you have a wonderful day. Like I said, Jacko is in after the 5 o'clock news today, and tomorrow you got Frank Prokop as well. But Carl is on breakfast from Monday to Friday.
Oh, yeah. Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you, when's the couch back on?
We're back on, hopefully, first week of May. We're actually, the studio is being, we've got another studio in Ellenbrook. We've started putting it all together. Once we build all the gear, which will take us about a week, and then we'll test everything, and then we're hoping to be back in May, first week of May.
So it'll be on Channel 34 again?
Yes, it will be. 31 in Melbourne and Sydney, and also Foxtel, and you can actually watch us online. So by going to thecouch.com.au, you'll be able to watch it online for free.
Oh, yeah, well, that's good then, because I think now, once we've lost all that night thing at 6PR and all that, see, because I'm a tow truck driver too, so I won't be able to ring you now to say, oh, can you please slow down, tell people to slow down and all that, you know?
Yep. I hear you, John. I think a lot of people are feeling a sense of loss this morning that they're used to doing different things with us, giving us calls about traffic, accidents, anything that's happening around Perth. But hopefully you can still ring the same number and get through to whether it's Tony in Melbourne. He'll still put things out there for everybody.
Yes, it's delayed coming back to Perth.
No, it's the same. It's live. It's absolutely live. So if you were to ring 2GB now that does the weekend, you would go to air straight away. It would just be the time so now it would be 6 o'clock in Sydney, but the overnights would be finished.
So it'll be still the 1338 82 number.
So that is exactly it. 133 882. They're transferring after midnight. All the calls go directly to the right state. So Melbourne on weekdays, Sydney on the weekends.
All right then.
Good on you, John. Keep in touch.
I'll give you a ring tonight and let you know what we caught today.
Beautiful. I look forward to it on the Saturday night show. Thank you.
All right then.
Have a good day. Stay safe. Have fun. Bye-bye. We'll take a break. More coming up after this.
The cost of living keeps rising. Thankfully, so does the sun. That's why more Aussies are getting smart with SolarHeart. Go solar today and get up to $1,000 off a SolarHeart solar power system and battery package. That's right, get up to $1,000 off when you purchase a 5 kilowatt and above SolarHeart solar power system and an eligible Goodwee battery. Lower your energy bills with every sunrise. Get smart. Get SolarHeart. Terms and conditions apply.
Every master has their trade secret. For painters, it's Berger. The paint for the painter that knows. It gets the job done and keeps it that way. And keeps on keeping on. Find a trade stockist at berger.com.au.
Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Get a Toyota forklift.
Experience the magic of Annie the Musical as it lights up the stage at the Regal Theatre these April school holidays.
The sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta
Come face to face with the iconic characters and timeless songs that have charmed audiences for decades. Come and cheer for Annie, the little girl with big dreams.
It's hard knock life for
Annie the Musical. Book today at Ticket Attack.
It's hard knock life.
Every 39 seconds, a business falls victim to a cybersecurity attack.
Before this message ends, another company could be assessing the impact.
I'm Chris, Managing Director at Dartable.
And I'm Owen, Chief Technology Officer.
We specialise in identifying your business's unique risks and enhancing your cyber maturity with comprehensive assessments and implementing security controls.
We don't just protect you from the threats you hear about. We prepare you for the challenges you haven't imagined yet.
Discover how at dartable.com.au. That's DATABL.com.au.
Coastal views, unspoilt nature and a vibrant community. This is Kennedy Bay. Imagine teeing off on a world-class links golf course, enjoying dinner at the Birdie Bar and Restaurant and living the beach lifestyle with pristine coastlines. Far enough away to feel like a holiday, but close enough to stay connected to the CBD with public transport. Imagine a new way of living in Kennedy Bay. Visit our brand new display village. Find more information at kennedybay.com.au.
What are your plans for Saturday night? How does this sound?
They're ready. Racing.
That's right, the weather is heating up and so's the Greyhound racing action every Saturday night at Tap Touch Park, Cannington. Join us in Box 1 Restaurant for our famous buffet or grab something tasty from the bar menu. And we also race Mondays and Wednesdays with free entry every night. Visit greyhoundswa.com.au for further details. Greyhound Racing, you'll love it.
That's your rideshare. That's your pizza. That's your online shopping. And that's your blood test. With Saturn Pathology, getting your blood tested won't drive you mad. You won't drive anywhere because Saturn Pathology's mobile collection service comes to you. Ask your doctor for Saturn Pathology next time you need a blood test. We accept all referral forms, use high-tech vein finders for best results, and bulk bill. Say goodbye to difficult blood tests with Saturn Pathology.
Mate, can you hear me?
Missed a show? No sweat. Click on audio and catch up at 6pr.com.au. Perth's 882 6PR.
In this bulletin, dam to spill earlier than planned, UN boss responds to Israel report, and states want more done to fast-track tradies. It's 7 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Ella Smith. Warragamba Dam will spill 2 days earlier than initially predicted after a night of heavy rainfall. Water New South Wales says the spill will begin in the next 6 to 8 hours and may continue for up to 2 weeks. Nearby Penrith has recorded 167 millimetres of rain since yesterday morning. Mayor Todd Carney says emergency services are on standby.
Penrith City Council's crews are out there at the moment working with State Emergency Services and the Rural Fire Service. They're doing the work now to prepare our area to make sure that our residents are protected from small flash flooding that we've seen on an interim basis at the moment.
There are several road closures in place, including the Wacos Parkway on the Northern Beaches and Bells Line Road at Windsor Bridge. Motorists in the Shire are urged to avoid Tarrant Point Road, which is flooded at Caringbah. The Israeli military has fired 2 officers and released the findings of an investigation into an airstrike which killed 7 aid workers, including 1 Australian. The report claims those who approved the strike thought they were targeting Hamas fighters when they fired missiles on 3 World Central Kitchen vehicles. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres says more needs to be done to prevent a similar situation.
The Israeli government has acknowledged mistakes and announced some disciplinary measures. But the essential problem is not who made the mistakes. It is the military strategy and procedures in place that allow for those mistakes to multiply time and time again.
The states are piling pressure on the federal government to do more to address a major shortage of tradespeople. Alexander Nimmo reports.
Victoria, Queensland and WA are calling on the federal government to fast-track foreign workers. This comes as the country faces a 90,000 tradie shortage, preventing the government's pledge to build 1.2 million dwellings by 2029. SMH The Age reports that many of the construction industry heavyweights have pushed back against the proposal as construction workers continue to not be included in the fast-skilled migration pathway. WA Minister for Training and Workforce Development, Simone McGurk, says the current system is acting as a handbrake on the economy and is sending the wrong message. Alexander Nimmo, 9 News.
Briefly, police are investigating a crash which killed a woman and left 4 people hospitalised, including 2 young girls. And the federal opposition claims crucial grant funding for regional communities is at least a month overdue. In finance, the Dow Jones is up 322 points, the Nasdaq up 201 points. One Australian dollar buying 65.81 US cents.
Sport. Missed a show? Click on audio and catch up at 6pr.com.au.
The Knights have downed the Dragons 30 points to 10 in appalling conditions in Newcastle. They didn't get the result, but St George Illawarra star Zach Lomax still owned the moment of the match, executing a perfectly placed flick pass for Ben Hunt to dive over untouched. The Roosters are raising questions about 2 send-offs in their 30-26 point loss to the Bulldogs. The Chooks finished the match with just 11 men on the field after Victor Radley was sin-binned for a hip drop tackle and Dom Young was sent off for high contact. Coach Trent Robinson says he doesn't agree with either call.
Just feels like, we can set a new standard here again. And then Rads has won. Rads was ridiculous. Connor's the one that tackles him from behind and twists his ankle and then he falls on that ankle. How they got to that decision, that's incredible.
Australia's women's team are 2 from 2 at the Hong Kong Rugby Sevens after thrashing the Irish 35-0. The men, on the other hand, saw mixed results, beating the Flying Fijians before going down to the French. The AFL's gather round in Adelaide is well underway, with Brisbane finally managing to notch up their first win of the season. Last year's grand finalist runner-ups thrashing North Melbourne by 70 points. Port Adelaide also won big, smashing Essendon by 69. And Western Sydney has gone down to Brisbane 2-1 in the A-League Men's.
Since 1982, our passionate teams at First National Real Estate have worked 10,400 days and around 582 million hours across Australia with one common goal: to always put you first. And we'll be here in Perth to help you on your journey to your happy place. Be it a tree change, a sea change, upsize, downsize, or finding that investment gem. First National Real Estate. We put you first. firstnational.com.au.
Mate, can you hear me? You're going to be okay. Hi, I need an ambulance.
Anyone can save a life. Learn how with St John. Search First Aid for Me. Supported by the Road Safety Commission.
Up the Door sale is on now at Doors Plus. Save up to 50% off across the range. Plus, we can fit, paint, stain and deliver. Visit a showroom for a free measure and quote. Up to 50% off, but for 2 weeks only. Doors Plus. No fuss.
What are your plans for Saturday night? How does this sound?
They're ready. Racing.
That's right, the weather is heating up, and so's the Greyhound racing action every Saturday night at Tap Touch Park, Cannington. Join us in Box 1 restaurant for our famous buffet, or grab something tasty from the bar menu. And we also race Mondays and Wednesdays, with free entry every night. Visit greyhoundswa.com.au for further details. Greyhound Racing. You'll love it.
So you'll be needing some cleaning, not some spray and white feather duster stuff. Builder cleans, trashed houses, deceased estates, settlement closures, vacate cleans, smoke and fire damage, luxury yachts, businesses, Airbnbs and more. If it's trash, bashed or smashed, or shiny and new. If it's downright disgusting, even pesky pigeon poo. Hardcore Cleaning be the ones to get the job done for you. hardcorecleaning.com.au for all your hardcore cleaning needs and more.
Mate, can you hear me? You're going to be okay. Hi, I need an ambulance.
Anyone can save a life. Learn how with St John. Search First Aid for Me. Supported by the Road Safety Commission.
Weather. Want 6PR in your pocket? Download the 6PR app now.
Sunday, actually Saturday's weather. I'm a day ahead of myself. Mostly sunny day, 32 degrees, 17 we should get to overnight this morning. We've still got about an hour to get to that. It's gone back the other way actually. Sunday, a sunny day and 34. Monday, sunny and 31. Tuesday, sunny and 29. Wednesday, sunny and 28. And for Thursday, a sunny day and 28 as well. Friday's looking good, mostly sunny and 29. And as I said, I'll just repeat today's weather. A mostly sunny day and 32 degrees. Not too bad at all. In the city at the moment, it's heading towards that maximum. It's 20 degrees in Perth at the moment. And you're definitely up to date at 4:07. This is Perth overnight. More for the time being. I'll still be here doing other things with 6PR. I'm not too sure. John's on holidays in New Zealand at the moment, but I do want people to give the National Australia overnight a go, and you may enjoy it. Let's go to the phones. Good morning and welcome to our next caller. Welcome to 6PR. Who's on the phone?
It's Ben. How you going?
G'day, Ben. Nice to talk to you this morning.
Ben from Adelaide. I just wanted to ring. 5AA in Adelaide actually did this 4 years ago, as you probably know. And I've been listening. I think I started listening a little bit before that because just thought I'd give it a go. And it's been really good listening over the last 5 years. And you've actually been treated quite well there in Perth because 5AA they pretty much gave no notice. They said, something different's happening next week. We're not sure what. And then basically on Sunday night program, they said, we're actually going to have repeats of the whole day from midnight to dawn. So, whereas at least you started, you're going to 3AW, which is what we get now.
Yep.
And we had to put up with repeats from midnight to dawn for at least, I think it was 3 years. And then, and now we get the 3AW program.
I think the biggest problem is our time difference, and I think you're half an hour ahead of us. So what do you do?
Yeah, it works quite well here. Whether it will work there, I don't know. But I always really enjoy listening to this program because it sort of works better for timing wise because I like the you're from about 4 o'clock here till. And then your show goes till 7:30, and so that's really good. But you just at least you've been able to say goodbye and everything.
Well, that's what I reckon. Our management. Look, we all disagree with the decisions they make sometimes, and hey, we would have loved to have stayed here doing the show, but it's not to be. But at least I got the opportunity on 4 days after their announcement to still be here and talk to people and answer questions and say goodbye to people. And hopefully I'll stick around. I'm doing the Saturday night show and other stuff. But, it is sad. I can understand where people are coming from. We become family. We become close and we help people in all different ways. And I think also 3AW, which is Tony Mack during the week, he used to be here in Perth and he moved over to Melbourne about a couple of months ago, I guess. And he's well known to Perth people. And, with all announcers, Ben, you'll either like them or not like them, or you end up getting used to them.
Yeah, I mean, I do listen to him, and his program's all right, but it's not the same as what you've got there in Perth.
No,
and
I agree with you.
He doesn't take as many calls as you think. Like, you think it's talkback non-stop, but he does like some interviews, and he does some the passing parade they've got there, and they've got a serial that goes for about 10 minutes a night. So it's very different. It's just not a matter of, calls even from Melbourne and Adelaide. It's not like that, and which is the only shame I've got about it. Otherwise, it can be entertaining, but
Look,
it's just
I
not
agree
fun.
with you. Look, we're unique at doing what we do over here, and I guess that's why we're so popular, and that's why the people of Perth have enjoyed it. But we also get people in Adelaide. I had someone in Sydney, and I had someone in Queensland. I've had people in Melbourne, and there was someone in Sydney. I think one of the announcers from Sky News from the TV show that listens in. I'm really impressed that we tend to cover the whole of Australia. And I think maybe we should have done the network show from here.
It would work, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would.
Interesting, you think, first off, when I started listening to 6PR, I thought, they've got to talk all about Perth, but you generally keep it pretty national, which is interesting. Like, every now and then you'll talk about an issue or two, but those issues are always relatable back to Adelaide.
Correct.
And, I've just really enjoyed you and John, definitely.
Thank you.
And I think you've been very professional and very, as you said, family 6PR sort of thing.
Exactly.
Over the time I've listened, which has been really good. So,
and it's really important
to you and the listeners. Yeah.
And I think, Ben, it's also very important for people to say, well, we may have lost one program, but we've still got another 5 or 6, and it's really important that what we call 6PR survives and carries on, because as you've already said, there are some stations out there that either relay the whole thing or they pre-record everything. And you certainly don't want to be like a Smooth FM that all they do is play music and no one ever talks on there.
Yeah. Actually, one thing that 5AA has done since they've got rid of their talkback midnight to dawn is they do sort of focus on talkback, particularly on the weekends and in summer as well. They focus on the callers. There's this guy called Andrew Rama who makes sure he takes, callers from 8 to midnight on those nights, sort of thing, and sort of really focuses those programs on the callers. And I think that's important. So there's still the chances for the regulars to call in and to hear about what's happening with them and everything.
Correct.
So I think if 6PR could do anything, that's sort of what they could try to focus on from there, 8 to 12 sort of time slot.
Yeah, not a bad idea. But also, I guess what I would like to see happen, even if the weekend overnights could continue, it would still give our callers that sort of miss the local thing a couple of days a week where they can say, well, you know what, the eastern states are good, but weekends I look out for because I want to listen to our local person. So you never know. Things could change down the track if people don't like it or if it doesn't work.
Yeah, that would be good. And you know how you said that Tony Mac might do 5 to 7? I just can't see him doing that. Like, that would be a long shift. 5 hours is long enough. They say how hard it is. And quite often they say, every hour of talkback, you guys need to do an hour of prep. Now, that would be a lot for Tony Mac to do. I've got another 2 hours.
How's this idea? Maybe if Tony Mac did, say, Monday to Wednesday and did 7 hours, maybe 2 days a week we could do the national show from Perth.
Oh, well, if you did something like that, could work, yeah.
Yep, you never know who's listening.
Plenty of ideas up in the pipeline for sure.
No, look, we'll keep trying, and we'll be here. I'll still be here, Ben. I'm doing the Saturday night program, but I'm also doing for the next 3 weeks, I'll actually be babysitting my old show, making sure that everything still goes to air and everything works for our callers. So it's virtually me sitting and listening to the old show that I used to do, coming through the speakers from Melbourne. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm very proud of it as well.
Yeah, that's actually very important because sometimes in Adelaide there are a few technical difficulties. So if you can smooth that transition, it's going to be important.
Exactly. Good on you, Ben. Well, you have a great weekend. Thanks for listening, and I hope you keep listening. We'll talk to you again. And we'll take a break. More coming up after this.
Baby, here I am. I'm a man on the scene.
Kia's most awarded SUV just got better. Get ready for the new, refined 7-seat Kia Sorento. Now with a dual 12.3-inch panoramic display and Kia Connect technology. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
coastal views, unspoilt nature and a vibrant community. This is Kennedy Bay. Imagine teeing off on a world-class links golf course, enjoying dinner at the Birdie Bar and Restaurant and living the beach lifestyle with pristine coastlines. Far enough away to feel like a holiday, but close enough to stay connected to the CBD with public transport. Imagine a new way of living in Kennedy Bay. Visit our brand new display village. Find more information at kennedybay.com.au.
When you have an active day ahead, you don't want your joints to slow you down. For joints that keep up with you, try the new concentrated curcumin range from Blackmores, including the concentrated curcumin 1 a day, a convenient 1 a day dose to support your joint health. Curcumin is a natural component of the turmeric spice with anti-inflammatory action, and the new Blackmores curcumin range contains a concentrated form of curcumin specifically formulated for optimal absorption to help you stay active. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Hello, we're Juniper Home Care. We're an aged care provider, but age doesn't define you. You define you. Your favourite meals, who you love spending time with, the hobbies that light up your soul. We've been supporting older Perth people for 75 years and we'll welcome you with open arms. Switch to Juniper Home Care today and receive a $300 gift voucher to use as extra spending money. Talk to our friendly team on 1300 313 000.
You kids need to go outside to play.
It's too hot and there is no shade.
Brian, can you move your barbecues out of the rain, please?
Where to? There's no cover out there. And don't even think about the shed.
Mum, we need to set the table. You'll have to move your crafts. Well, if you had a patio, I'd sit outside in the fresh air, dear.
Who are you calling?
Advanced Patios. They'll sort it, and I'll get the deck I've always wanted. Finally, something for me to enjoy.
Create your ideal outdoor space with Advanced Patios, Perth's go-to patio manufacturers. AdvancedPatios.com.au.
When you have an active day ahead, you don't want your joints to slow you down. For joints that keep up with you, try the new concentrated curcumin range from Blackmores, including the concentrated curcumin 1 a day, a convenient 1 a day dose to support your joint health. Curcumin is a natural component of the turmeric spice with anti-inflammatory action, and the new Blackmores curcumin range contains a concentrated form of curcumin specifically formulated for optimal absorption to help you stay active. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
G'day, this is the Camel. How do pigs write? With a pig pen. A pig pen, oink oink. Great Northern Super Crisp cans, just $59.99 a block. Purchase a specially marked carton to get BCF vouchers. Oyster Bay New Zealand Sav Blanc, only $16.99 a bottle. Thirsty Camel Bottle Shops. Prices may vary due to freight.
Keeping you company overnight. Fred Mafrica on Perth's 6PR.
20 minutes past 4 on this Saturday morning. I'd like to say hello to Gary, one of our former bosses from 6PR. Gary, thank you for listening in the Pilbara. Nice to have your company. And 90 other people that work with you, Gary. I hope they're all listening in and having a great weekend, or the start of a great weekend as well. Wherever you're listening to us, whether it's in Adelaide, where Ben was, or where Colin called us from Sydney, we had a couple of callers from Melbourne. I really appreciate that people are taking the time to give us a call and be part of this final history-making, I guess, final of Perth Overnight. After so many years, Perth Overnights. Now, can anyone remember were you here when the first Perth Overnight show ever went to air? Does anyone remember how long ago Perth Overnight started? Was it when John started? Would it be 40 years ago? If you do remember, give us a call, 133 882. All right, let's go to our next caller this morning. And I think we've got Phil that wants to say hello. So let's say hello to Phil. G'day, Phil.
Good morning, and everything you wish yourself for the future. No one knows what the future holds,
correct.
But drilling down to all the calls, so I won't say the same thing over and over again. But it will evolve. It will metamorphose, and what will be will be.
Yeah.
But with a bit of a mother hen thing, and listening to you changing the couch. And looking, now you're getting a little bit extra money. There's a thing called in banking, it's called principal reductions. And I suggest to you strongly that if you've got extra coin coming in, do the principal reductions because interest rates are going to stay up for about a decade, I reckon.
Yeah, look, I tend to agree. I actually fixed my interest rates for 3 years at 5.39%. So I got a very good rate with Westpac, and I've sort of stuck with that because everywhere it's up at 7 and 7.5 at the moment.
Yeah, well, if you just draw a V on a piece of paper, on the left-hand side is the interest and the other side is the capital. So if you're reducing the interest component, the principal component, there's, of course, less interest. A lot of people make the mistake and say, I've got a bit of extra money, I'll make 2 payments and protect myself. That helps the bank, not you. But if you knock money off the principal, then there's, of course, less interest.
Oh.
So, that's why I love principal reductions, and do it on weekly or fortnightly arrests. And banks hate you when you do it, but because they're making less money. The other thing is, and write down 2 words: key man insurance, because you're the principal at the couch. Do an investigation. I don't know if the couch generates income, but still. Key man insurance covers you in case anything happens to you.
Okay. It's like an insurance policy for yourself as the employer.
For key people, and it doesn't go to the individual. It goes to the business. So
that's a good idea.
Just do a search on key man insurance and make your own arrangements, or ring me and I'll walk you through it, or talk to your accountant or your lawyer and they'll walk you through it. But I'm cheaper. That's what I've got to contribute because, again, no one knows what happens. The show's in a state of flux. Anything can happen down the future, and you have to plan and protect yourself. And you're a canny old bugger.
Oh, look, I try and do the best I can and try and look after me and my house and my car and my life. But Phil, thank you. Thank you for everything that you contribute to the program. I know you've always contributed, whether we talk food or whether we talk about politics or whether we talk about aeroplanes. You've always got a fantastic opinion on a different angle on different things as well.
Yeah, well, I've been around the track once or twice, and it shows.
Maybe 3 times you've been around that track.
And beaten up a few times, made some losses, started again.
Exactly.
And it is what it is. That's why I say pragmatism works.
Good idea.
Instead of worrying about yesterday, we have today and tomorrow, and plan accordingly and cover your tail.
Sounds pretty good to me. Good advice. Thank you, Phil. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope to talk to you on the Saturday night program tonight if you've got time.
Billy Pennell, he's an oracle. I love the music. That's my highest spot of the week.
Well, he'll be there with me tomorrow night. I think it's 9 o'clock he's on.
But everything you wish yourself for the future, Fred.
Thank you. Thank you, Phil. Same to you. And thanks for everything too.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye. It's nice, actually. Phil is one of those callers I've actually met in person, and he's a lovely man and makes the best. I think he makes his own garlic, but he makes some a chili, like a paste and all that type of thing, but it does a great job with that. Some music.
Consider yourself an AFL expert? Here's your golden opportunity to put your knowledge to the test. Tune into 6BR's football coverage every weekend as your call team unveils a mystery clue to identify an AFL footballer. At the end of the match, we'll play a cue to call with the first caller to answer correctly going into the end of season draw to win $5,000 cash thanks to WorkClobber. WorkClobber's A-Trade stores are everywhere, so when you need it, you can get it. Make sure you tune into 6BR's coverage of the 2024 AFL season for your chance to win.
Make your money work harder with Latrobe Financial, Australia's leading alternative asset manager. Visit latrobefinancial.com.au. Before deciding to invest, consider the PDS from Latrobe Financial Asset Management Limited, AFSL 222213.
When you have an active day ahead, you don't want your joints to slow you down. For joints that keep up with you, try the new concentrated curcumin range from Blackmores, including the concentrated curcumin 1 a day, a convenient 1 a day dose to support your joint health. Curcumin is a natural component of the turmeric spice with anti-inflammatory action, and the new Blackmores curcumin range contains a concentrated form of curcumin specifically formulated for optimal absorption to help you stay active. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Mate, can you hear me? You're going to be okay. Hi, I need an ambulance.
Anyone can save a life. Learn how with St John. Search First Aid for Me. Supported by the Road Safety Commission.
The Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Save up to 50% off mattresses. Plus, for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off mattresses. Hurry, the Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
Since 1982, our passionate teams at First National Real Estate have worked 10,400 days and around 582 million hours across Australia with one common goal: to always put you first. And we'll be here in Perth to help you on your journey to your happy place. Be it a tree change, a sea change, upsize, downsize, or finding that investment gem. First National Real Estate. We put you first. firstnational.com.au.
Picture this. Crystal clear 4K streaming, fast web page loading, and even faster downloads and uploads on multiple devices at the same time. Sounds good? Well, you might be one of more than 3.5 million Australian homes and businesses ready to turbocharge your internet speed with NBN's full fibre upgrades. To find out if you can get NBN's fastest home internet, Google NBN. Check your address, then talk to your internet provider. Customer experience may vary. Talk to your retailer for details.
Beaumonts wants you to be able to afford your dream space, so they created Beaumont Max.
Their maximum value, maximum quality tile range. Tiles under 20 and subways from under $30.
Choose Beaumont Max today.
Keeping you company overnight. Fred Mafrica on Perth's 6PR.
27 minutes until 5 o'clock. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning. I hope you've got a big weekend planned. The Italian Festival is going to be happening at Langley Park. We spoke to the MC who's come over from Melbourne, of course, James Liotta. He'll be presenting it all, emceeing. And go down there if you can to Langley Park. It starts at about 11 o'clock today. We've been promoting it heaps on 6PR. And I believe James Liotta may be speaking to Jamie this morning on the weekend as well. But wonderful guy. It's going to be a fun morning, and 11 o'clock it all starts. Go down and have a coffee, maybe an espresso, or maybe have some amazing cake, some food from that wonderful place we call Italy as well. All right, we've got lots of people to talk to still, believe it or not. So let's get straight on to it. Good morning, 6PR. Who's on the phone this morning?
This would be Michael from Herne Hill.
Hello, Michael from Herne Hill. Did I hear you last night talking to, might have been Rusty, I think?
Yep, that would have been correct.
And did I hear you won a $100 voucher to Carrington's?
Yep, I did. So I'm actually looking forward to it.
Ah, see, I hear
everything.
everything.
The best tasting sandwiches. So yeah, we'll see.
Well, do you know what I have when I go down there? I have the chili mussels. They make a pretty good chili mussels, and they also make a very good schnitzel.
Not a fan of mussels, unfortunately.
You don't like mussels, and you're European.
No, I can't stand any sort of seafood.
Oh, you're not a seafood lover.
The only fish I can eat is just fish with a tail.
Yeah,
no scallops, no prawns, no any of that.
No, fair enough. And what about you don't have any you don't like fish and chips?
Oh yeah, I eat fish and chips.
That's fish.
Yeah.
How are you going? How's Maria going?
Yeah, not too bad. We're just plotting along. Mum's better with her leg.
Yep, that's good to know.
Walking a bit more now.
Is she's able to walk a bit better and not as much pain?
Yeah. We can slowly limit using the wheelchair now. So
Oh, that is a good thing. It must be pretty bad because your mum's pretty mobile, isn't she? She likes to get out and do things.
Yeah.
yeah.
15 weeks it took me.
15 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Actually, you know what? I'll probably let her say a few words and then, about it.
All
It's
right.
easier.
Hey, Maria.
Yes.
How are you?
Hello. How are you going with your toe?
Oh, I'm doing well. My toe's pretty much recovered. It's not there anymore. The toe's gone, but the wound is gone. It's good.
Yeah.
I got to go to Midland on Monday, and they're going to do a checkup to make sure they're happy. And so hopefully it's all going well.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
And you're feeling better now. You can walk a bit more.
Yeah, doctor, actually in hospital. He lift up medicine what was for depression. That is not for depression, it's for nerve pain.
Yes.
Yeah, and chemist said to me, his proper brand is $22. And I said, that's okay. I go pay because no more cheap. I think it's called IPO. The cheapest brand. Is lent me in hospital once.
No good.
When too much fluid built up around my heart after I was taking for sugar. Metformin was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I taking all proper stuff, not cheap brand name.
Do you know what? It's not worth it because for you, it's still the same price. It's just the chemist sells the cheaper one. Sometimes you're better off saying, give me the real one, and it's better.
Yeah, that's what I took notice of it.
Yeah.
Because it's not working properly. Yeah. You think, he said, it's all made same.
Yeah, that's what they say.
It's not working.
No, do you know what, Maria? I've had the same problem. And I know a lot of drugs are exactly the same ingredients, but some things work better on you. And
I think how it's mixed.
Yeah,
how it's mixed
maybe.
together.
Maybe.
Because brufen, same thing, what is brufen, I get 800 milligram, my doses, because of my rheumatoid. Yeah, and I didn't took notice, and I said, why didn't help me? And when I saw on box was cheaper brand.
Yeah, I'm the same. I take Advil. I don't like Brufen. I take the Advil. Advil's got the anti-inflammatory, and then it always works very, very quick.
Yeah, see, because I was on Embro, and now doctor cut me Embro specialist off because he said it's not working with heart failure, what I got.
Oh, okay.
And yes, he was surprised why in hospital, your chemist in hospital didn't tell me what I did. When I saw him, I took my discharge paper from Midland Hospital and chemist sheets where was all medication. And he said, how long it's been on heart thing? Because I never told him. He is my specialist since 1980.
Yeah.
This rheumatoid specialist. And I just go for him for Embro, what is for rheumatoid injection.
Yes.
And he said you have to stop because it's no good in making your legs worse, bleeding worse than everything. So,
but you're okay now? Everything's getting better?
Yeah, just I'm in more pain now. He said I will be in more pain. After 13 years, I was using these injections.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So what are you taking for the pain?
Penadine Forte.
Oh, that's quite strong. It makes you feel very drowsy.
Yeah, not me.
Oh, okay. You're all right then.
I took 3 years ago. Look, I'm still awake. No.
Wow.
Not me.
You're a strong person, Maria.
Yeah, and this what is antidepressant, what he gave me for nerve pain, I finished 30 milligram, now it's 60 milligram, and I didn't take for 3 nights, and I sleep better with them.
Yeah, well, the nerve pain, the tablet they give you for nerve pain, is that called Lyrica?
No, that one I couldn't stand.
Yeah, it's
this
bad.
one called. Michael can tell you what
Yep.
it's called. This
Okay.
one.
All right.
Yeah.
What is it, Michael? What's it called, Michael?
Yeah, it's called Diatrex, but it's thing is duloxetine.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's
Yeah.
not Lyrica, because Lyrica makes you hallucinate, makes you never wake up, basically. It makes you very tired.
Yeah.
Mum was a zombie when she was on it.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah, my dad was put on that. That's the thing they don't realise. There's no point having a tablet that virtually makes you a zombie and you can't enjoy any life. You're better off putting up with some pain. At least you're awake.
And didn't help at all.
Yeah, I
Didn't
agree.
help at all. That's what problem is.
Exactly.
No, I can't take lots like Alexia, like Temad, or like I can't take that. I'm allergic to all them. Yes.
Well, I hope you guys do well. I hope your mum does well. Keep in touch, Michael, as well. I'll be on other shows here at 6 p.m. I'm sure on the Saturday night program. Give us a call and be part of the fun. Request a song with Billy Pennell maybe tonight if you've got the time. And I look forward to having a chat to you ongoing. And maybe we'll catch up for a coffee one day.
Yeah, that would be great, Fred. Can I just make a song request just for this show?
Yep.
Since it will be the last overnight show, I did it yesterday morning with Simon. I put a song on. I'll take about 30 seconds. Just like to say thank you, Fred, for your broadcasting over the last 5 years or in a full-time role. Tony Serve, his broadcasting for the years that he did the show. Also, any other people, I can't remember. John Lewis when he was on weekends.
Yep.
And also any other presenters who presented this show in its time. Thank you to them. And also,
thank you.
And the song I'd like to request is "Thank You for Being a Friend" by Andrew Gold.
Thank You for Being a Friend. That's the one from the Golden Girls, isn't it?
Yep.
And
I thought that would be a fitting.
you reckon it fits in beautifully? I reckon you might be absolutely right, and it's a good song. So what I'll do is I'll play it for you. And it's 13 years I've been here at 6PR, but yeah, you're right, 5 years in this role, but 13 years all up, filling in for John and everybody else. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've met people like yourself, and I've had fun. And I'm still, hopefully, I'm going to be around for a bit longer here, and we'll catch up on different shows, I'm hoping.
Yep, no worries.
But I'm going to play your request, and thank you again, and all the best, Maria. Keep in touch, all right?
Okay,
we'll do. We got you on Facebook now anyway.
Oh, beautiful. Well done. Well, thank you.
Keep in touch there.
And here's your song. And thanks for requesting
it. All right, thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off. Won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
Hey tradies, where do you go for the biggest range of steel supplies in WA? It's got to be Medallia Steel. With branches across the state, Medallia Steel has you covered with rebar, roofing supplies, structural steel, pipe, flat bars, angle and more. Plus, if you need it cut to size and delivered to site, no worries. See your local Medallia Steel team today. Find your nearest Medallia Steel centre at medalliasteel.com.
Since 1982, our passionate teams at First National Real Estate have worked 10,400 days and around 582 million hours across Australia with one common goal: to always put you first. And we'll be here in Perth to help you on your journey to your happy place. Be it a tree change, a sea change, upsize, downsize, or finding that investment gem. First National Real Estate. We put you first. firstnational.com.au.
Bob, did you put the dog out? There's a wet patch on the carpet.
Struth, Shell. There's water dripping from the ceiling. Looks like the gutters overflowed during that storm last night.
Didn't you get them cleaned before winter?
Oh, crikey, I forgot. Now the gutters are chockers and the downpipes are blocked.
Don't wait till it's too late. Get Chockers Gutter Cleaning to suck the muck from your gutters and downpipes with their industrial vacuum, leaving no mess. They also offer a regular cleaning service with discounted rates. Visit chockersguttercleaning.com.au.
It's time to take a closer look at a Peugeot with drive-away offers on new SUVs. Like the Peugeot 3008 Allure SUV from a drive-away price of $48,990. With an elevated driving position and the latest safety features, this mid-size SUV epitomises style and comfort. Take advantage of new SUVs available for prompt delivery while stocks last. T's and C's apply. Head to Peugeot.com.au or visit your local Peugeot dealer today.
Hey boss, we got a new bookkeeper?
We did.
Do they do expenses?
They do.
Cool. What about invoices?
Easy.
Are they in?
Yep.
There's no one else here.
Oh, sorry. It's NAB Bookkeeper, our new bookkeeping software.
Right. It lives in the computer.
Kinda. Technically, it's through internet banking.
Wrangle your business admin with NAB Bookkeeper, our new online bookkeeping platform. NAB. More than money. Terms, conditions, fees and charges apply. See nab.com.au for more information.
Hey tradies, where do you go for the biggest range of steel supplies in WA? It's got to be Medallia Steel. With branches across the state, Medallia Steel has you covered with rebar, roofing supplies, structural steel, pipe, flat bars, angle and more. Plus, if you need it cut to size and delivered to site, no worries. See your local Medallia Steel team today. Find your nearest Medallia Steel centre at medalliasteel.com.
Keeping you company overnight. Fred Mafrica on Perth's 6PR.
Yes, coming up to 13 minutes, in fact 12 minutes until 5 o'clock, until we say goodbye from Perth overnight. And we welcome Australia overnight from tomorrow morning. Boat diving fishing is coming up after the 5 o'clock news, of course, from 6PR. We've got Glenn Jakovich in. Jacko's in with another boat diving fishing. And then after the 6 o'clock news, of course, Jamie Burnett is in with the team. Gardening, technology, sport, and everything you love on 6PR. Stick with it. And don't forget, I'll be back at 6 o'clock with the Saturday night show, 6 to midnight. Join me. Say hello. Love to have your company. Somebody else I love having company with is Clint Dreberg, and he's on the phone. He's a regular at 6PR, one of our ex-employees here, but he still keeps in touch. Clint, thank you for ringing through. Good morning.
Oh, thank you for having me on the show, Fred. It's great to be talking to you at any occasion, but on this very special occasion when people are listening overnight to Perth overnight on 6PR, I don't think it's going to change a lot. I mean, you know, there's been a lot of debate and discourse about what's changing, but there's a lot that's not changing. 6PR is still going to be here. It's still going to be through the night. It's going to be a very familiar voice that you know and love from Perth. And I think that's a great thing. So for all that's, you know, unfortunate about what's happening, let's focus on the positives.
Well, that's what I always say. Look, at the end of the day, a decision's been made. Whether we agree with it or not, it is the role of management to make those calls, sometimes tough calls. It's, look, I'd rather be doing overnights than anything else, but it's not going to be the case for now. And I always say to people, give it a go. You may love it.
That's the most important thing. 6PR is still going strong.
Correct.
6PR is still there. 6PR will always be there through the night, 24 hours a day. There'll be breaking news. There'll be a bit of fun. There'll be music along the way. There'll be a bit of entertainment, and that's what 6PR does. It ticks all the boxes.
Only a little bit of entertainment, Clint. Not too much entertainment, just that little bit.
Well, you know me. I love my entertainment.
Now, I was going to ask you, put you on the spot before we say goodbye to you this morning. What's the biggest story that's happening at the moment in the way of entertainment?
Well, there's a load of happenings in the royal, world and the royal family. And if you haven't already, because I know you've been in the office there, but Scoop is the thing to watch on Netflix. If you haven't already, it is the story of Prince Andrew and that very awkward interview he had on the BBC Newsnight only about maybe 5 or 6 years ago after all the controversy that he was hanging out with a very awful man that is no longer with us in America. And it is a very well played and very well acted documentary retelling of that interview with Gillian Anderson at the forefront, and she is the star of the show. And it's, I mean, anyone who is like you and me, who likes the media and how it all works and all that sort of stuff, it's a fantastic a storytelling of how that interview came to be and why Prince Andrew wanted to talk to the BBC at that point in time and all of that. And it's fantastic. And if you're going to the movies, Fred, I would highly recommend going to Monkey Man. Dev Patel, who we know from the Slumdog Millionaire movie and the Best Exotic Marigold films and all of that. This is his first time directing the film, and he is starring in it. It's a beautiful story, a very, well, in a lot of ways it's a very hard story to watch because it's very violent and very brutal, but it's a very loving story about why one man would want to enact revenge for his family and for the good of the world and stuff like that. And he is a fantastic actor, Oscar nominee, and I can't believe he hasn't won an Oscar already. I was lucky enough to talk to him, and if you look on the socials at Clint Treberg, you'll see me chatting to him. He's a fantastic actor, and it turned out to be a very good director. So if you're going to the movies, I would recommend Monkey Man, and if you're watching the Netflix, I would recommend watching Scoop.
There you go. And we just got a scoop from you then. Thank you, Clint. And always thank you. You've been a loyal fan of 6PR. You started here many, many years ago and you're still talking to us. Yeah. And you're living these days, you're not living in, obviously, Australia. You're over in Dublin, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm still here in Dublin in the EU and enjoying it. It's a little bit colder here than it is where you are right now, but as I said at the beginning, 6PR is fantastic, and 6PR will always be there for you through the night and through the day, so keep listening. It's fantastic.
I love that tag. 6PR will always be there with you. So will I, by the sounds of it. So thank you very much, Clint. And
look, you will. Whether you like it or not, Fred.
And whatever I do in the future, I hope you can be part of it as well. And thank you for all your help over the years and all your, when you've come into the studio. When are you coming back to Australia? Are you coming back for a visit to see family?
Very soon, I hope, because, I'm about due to be in there, and I'll be catching up with you.
Look forward to it. Good on you, Clint. Nice to be my last guest on the show today too, and it's nice to have someone like you always to be part of us as well at 6PR. Have a wonderful weekend.
Great to chat to you.
Bye-bye. There you go, Clint Treberg, of course, entertainment. He was one of our original producers here at 6PR. Worked at 92.9 with the Zara, Troy and Bernie show for so many years and all the other things that Clint does. A great producer. We'll take a break and we'll come back and say goodbye.
After a thrilling win in round 3, Richmond are now oozing with confidence.
Adam Uze has his first win as coach.
Can the Adam Uze era gather momentum?
When the Tigers meet St Kilda tomorrow.
Got it to Bolton, and he's kicked the first. Got it to Wanganeen Miller. Yes, they still win the Saints. Brilliant work from Bolter. He marked it. He is away. Off to the races. Improved the angle. Kicks the goal.
For midday, it's Richmond taking on St Kilda.
Thanks to Hungry Jack's 6PR News Football.
The Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Save up to 50% off mattresses. Plus, for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off mattresses. Hurry, the Snooze Autumn Sale is on now. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
Come sail with the Vikings on the rivers and the sea.
Set sail along the world's most majestic waterways on board Viking's award-winning longships. From the Rhine, Seine and Douro to the Mekong, Nile and Mississippi, 2026 Viking River voyages are now open for sale. With journeys designed to take you deeper into the heart of your destinations, you can discover more with Viking. Experience the most extraordinary way to see the world and order your new river brochure from Viking.com or see your Viking travel agent today.
When you're selecting products for your bathroom, kitchen or laundry, the right choices can make your house a home. At Parkwood Plumbing Centre, we have one of the biggest, best selections in Perth and can help you find products to impress, from budget to boutique or local to European. If you haven't got a quote from Parkwood Plumbing Centre, you could be paying too much. Meet our helpful and professional staff at 168 Bannister Road, Canning Vale.
What are your plans for Saturday night? How does this sound? They're ready. Racing. That's right, the weather is heating up and so's the Greyhound racing action every Saturday night at Tab Touch Park, Cannington. Join us in Box 1 restaurant for our famous buffet or grab something tasty from the bar menu. And we also race Mondays and Wednesdays with free entry every night. Visit greyhoundswa.com.au for further details. Greyhound Racing. You'll love it.
Mate, can you hear me? You're going to be okay. Hi, I need an ambulance.
Anyone can save a life. Learn how with St John. Search First Aid for Me. Supported by the Road Safety Commission.
Hello, we're Juniper Home Care. We're an aged care provider, but age doesn't define you. You define you. Your favourite meals, who you love spending time with, the hobbies that light up your soul. We've been supporting older Perth people for 75 years and we'll welcome you with open arms. Switch to Juniper Home Care today and receive a $300 gift voucher to use as extra spending money. Talk to our friendly team on 1300 313 000.
Keeping you company overnight. Fred Mafrica on Perth 6PR.
Yes, that is the show for today. And for now, can I just say, don't forget Australia Overnights from midnight tonight. Give it a go. You may actually love it. It is still 6PR, as Clint said. We are still live and still local. Australia is local. Boat dive and fishing is in next with Glenn Jakovich. Please join us for that after the 5 o'clock news. And Seamus will be in with that. I'm going to leave you with a bit of music. I'm still going to be here at 6PR. Thank you to 6PR for giving me 13 years of wonderful employment, and I'm going to continue. I've got the Saturday show tonight from 6 to midnight and other things coming up for me. And I look forward to your company. So I will still be around, and thank you again for being such a wonderful audience. Thanks for being such great friends. We will meet again. We will talk again. And I'll leave you with a song. I picked a song today by Tina Turner. And I absolutely love it. And I thought one of my favourite artists is ABBA, and Tina Turner is the other one. Boat dive and fishing's next. Seamus is first with the news. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you at 6 tonight. Bye-bye.
And if you gotta go, darling, maybe it's better that way. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna do fine. Don't worry about this hard night. Just walk out the door, see if I can. Go and go now, but don't turn around. She's gonna see my heart breaking. Don't turn around. I don't want
6PR, we want to hear from you. 133 882. Perth's 882 6PR.
Additional charges laid over the death of a cyclist. The coalition criticises a regional grants program, and 2 Israeli officers have been dismissed over aid worker killings. It's 19 degrees at 5 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Seamus Harrison. A 36-year-old man has been further charged in relation to the death of a cyclist who was hit by a vehicle near the South Australian border. Chris Barker died after being struck by what police believe to be a truck as he was riding along the Air Highway about 180 kilometres west of Eucla late last month. Police now allege the South Australian man they believe was behind the wheel failed to stop.